WIFTBPM.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
If I gave you my love, I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. You got to treat me good, and I'll be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I could do, baby. Beautiful. When you get right down to it, yeah. You're beautiful. And I wouldn't change one thing about you, yeah. Oh, 'cause you're beautiful.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, in the building on a Friday. Did y'all know, by the way, did y'all know Ice Cube can't release another Friday movie?
Why?
Because he doesn't own the rights.
Oh, he sold it.
No.
What happened?
You know how when you black and you need to get on? And so you be like, man, just put me on. Like when you black, you gotta take the Negro deal. Now I don't know who are the people that give you the Negro deal. But when you are black, generally when you want to get on, like, cause I don't know if y'all remember when Cube got into the film industry, it was like, what that Negro doing on the nag? And I remember when the whole, like, it was a big deal for him to be trying to be behind the camera after what was the movie? Boys in the Hood. And that was what introduced him to film for real. Right? And yeah, I was just thinking, man.
Warner Brothers.
Own his joint. Who owns Warner Brothers? Wonder whose that is. Now Warner Brothers isn't a media company, is it? It is. Yes, it is. It's one of the biggest media companies in the world. They own Prince, too. Remember when Prince used to wear the slave thing? Y'all remember when Prince used to have slave on his face?
Oh, yeah. When he became a symbol.
Remember when he became a symbol? Because he said, and that's why I told, and he's dead. Prince said he was a slave because he did not own his. Remember when it was the whole time and all the black people was trying to get their masters? And then when the black people started owning the rights to their music, then they said, okay, well, we're going to make the music free and you got to buy the hardware. I guess y'all but I know everybody crazy around the world. Let me stop on a Friday. We done had enough of this conspiracy stuff all week. But I'm just saying, man. Ruthie, did you see the email from Ari? Was you listening? You must have. I told you about Ari. How Ari? Do you think Ari? What did Ari? Does anybody say, yo, hey? Does he say to Rahm at dinner table, hey man? He say anybody who does politics with Rahm Emanuel, until he stands up and acknowledges to the black people that he apologizes, that he should never ever get a political appointment. Anybody that accepts him, that makes him a friend, anybody that does none of the financial firms, no U.S. government agency, no politician should ever do business with Rahm Emanuel until he apologizes to the black people and acknowledges the wrong. Don't you wish you could say that? Meanwhile, you gotta be like, ha, hey, buddy.
Well,
but y'all,
okay, so I think it's so the
don't do it.
a call
get
went
your
out.
trip.
A call went out, and they said, "Hey,
Let me tell
who
you.
from Chicago can say something about this?
Let me tell you what they did.
Who is connected in Hollywood enough? Still got a little touch point to Chicago." So I think that's why Ari Emanuel said something.
I'm gonna tell you what I.
But you can't out Kanye in his own space, which is the music industry.
Yeah, you can. Okay, you see, he called Apple Music up. They done took Kanye picture off the Apple Music, right? I don't even want this to be. This is not about Kanye. So let's stop. Let's not even do this. See, you changed the topic. I was talking about Ari Emanuel. And instead of worrying, you know how they be like, stop worrying about what other people doing, worry about your own business. Can we send out a letter to all the black people in the world that says, and to anybody that's our supposed to be allies, and to the Democratic Party, and say, until he stands up and acknowledges the wrong that happened during Laquan McDonald's murder on his watch, and apologizes and acknowledges the hurt and pain that it caused, he cannot get any more promotions?
Okay, so I heard what you said, but I just looked at what he said, and he actually called on people to stop doing business with him. And I'm going to quote the letter. It said, this is what Ari Emanuel said in the Financial Times. It said, this is a moment in history where the stakes are high, and being open about our values and living them is essential. Silence and inaction are not an option.
Yup.
Ain't that what Kanye did, though? Didn't Kanye say, this is a moment in history where the stakes are too high, and being open about our values and living them is essential. Silence and inaction are not an option, says Kanye West. But that's what Ari Emanuel said. But I feel like Kanye could say that same thing for himself.
How do we get to Kanye here?
Because you said something about Ari Emanuel writing this letter.
Ruthie. So let me tell you what they really did. They looked down that list and said, how many of these Negroes went on the trip? And all the Negroes that went on the trip, you will be on the man, please. I just can't believe
and
that.
And then he says some of West's behavior has been dismissed over time, citing mental illness, given that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after being hospitalized in 2016.
Right. You see, that's so funny that you say that, because that's the dismissal for everybody now. Like Jeff Garland, who got kicked off his TV show. And you know Jeff Garland from Chicago, he was Larry David's buddy. He's his agent in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He got kicked out for sexual harassment and all type of stuff, and then he claimed mental illness. He came clean about his mental illness, and then now he's back. And so what Ari is trying to do is cut off all the access points back. Like, you won't have no excuses. Like, Taylor Swift didn't get no type of love like this, boy. I'm just telling you. I know Taylor Swift, like, hold on. That's all right. But no, I just think that the other part that he talked about was that it was important because it was young people and the values. And that's why I said, well, did he call up Lear Cohen and say, yo, turn off them killer murder music y'all be pumping into black people in the name of freedom of speech?
Well, I think that's the part about Kanye's stuff that nobody wants to talk about. When he talked about the chakras and he made the beat and he sang over it. I think that's the part nobody want to talk about. They want to talk about the George Floyd, but they don't want to talk about the music part. And because that's the business part. And that's what I want to focus Kanye's conversation and stuff on, because he's in the music industry. So he should be able to speak about his experience.
Say what now? I don't even know what no chakras is, so I'd be hearing people say your chakras. You know, it'd be all this Shangri-La stuff.
Well, he talked about the connection between that and 808s. Like, you know,
yes.
And I knew at that moment. Yeah. So that's what he said. But he said some provocative things over it as he made the beat. Powerful.
I'll never forget. Okay, let me stop. Anyway, you know what? How did we even get here? I'm not even finna start with you this morning, Ruthie. You done came bundled for the Antarctica.
Oh, I'm not playing.
Ruthie, it's not that cold. It's gonna be 70 today, I think.
Yeah, today, but right now
it's like
30. No, it's not 50. 50?
I wore this. Yesterday it was cold. Yesterday I was like.
You don't even be walking outside.
I do. I got to put one of the cars. I gotta switch up. So until one car go to winter storage, just one is. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just, you know what, though. Thank you, Lord. I'm blessed. I'm not even going to trip about it. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We've been talking like the show done already started, and we ain't even said what's up. Yo, what's up? Ruthie Moore, how you feeling today?
TGIF.
You always say that.
I used to love watching TGIF. It was the best lineup of shows.
That was not the best. Thursday nights on NBC was the best.
What was it called?
The Cosby Show.
It ain't had no name.
Yes,
and no song.
Yes, it did. You knew every single one of them.
But what was the name of Thursday Night TV? Nobody knew that. Everybody knew TGIF.
TGIF. Was that Full House? It was Boy Meets World.
That's all I remember. I just remember TGIF.
Balky and them used to be on there.
And then Friday morning? Saturday morning too?
Saturday morning died. They killed Saturday mornings. There are no 100%. Saturday morning cartoons. Nah, y'all don't understand Saturday morning cartoons. No, they still exist. Where? At 5 a.m.?
Well, I don't think people turn to a certain channel to watch a certain thing.
No, Joe, like it 257. Look, on Saturdays, the streets were silent until 11 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock, everybody came out because you got every cartoon. That was like the only time when you really got the TV because it was one TV in the house.
One TV.
Right? You had one TV in the house and the parents. You know, I was thinking, what if we did at 8 o'clock? Like things that, how you know you're a black parent without saying you're a black parent. You grew up. How you know you grew up in a black house without saying I grew up in a black house? Right? Like, I was like, we should do something fun on Friday. So let's think about maybe that'll be what we do on this Friday instead of dragging y'all all the way down in the pits. Because that's what I'm going to do at 7 o'clock. Did you hear about your... Okay, so first of all, let me stop. Ruthie Moore, she said TGIF. I do... What else was on Fridays? What's Tim Allen's show?
Tool Time.
Home Improvement. And something else was on. I do remember Friday nights. You know why I remember Friday nights? Oh, yeah, Family Matters. Steve Urkel was Friday night. Nah, that was nothing like Thursdays, though.
What was on Thursday?
You had Cosby, Different World, Family Ties, Cheers.
2 out of 4.
What? You crazy. Family Ties, all the black people like Family Ties.
You gotta remember, Ruthie, like in our generation.
You know, I used to. Oh, go ahead.
We had Nickelodeon, so our Friday was like.
We didn't have Nick.
Kenan and Kel, all that. Are you afraid of the dark? See, you remember when I was
saying cable? You had cable.
Oh yeah, that was
the whole neighborhood, the whole building had cable. What did you talk about? Yeah. You ain't been listening to Riis?
Everybody had cable.
Everybody had cable. Everybody had an extension. All right, well, you heard him in the background. That is our man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling on this Friday?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest. Another week we made it through.
Lord, let me tell you, we made it through. First of all, can I just say this? You know, so I was having a epiphany yesterday, which is I'm gonna stop being mad for black people. I am, Ruthie. You know how people be like, what you mad for? I'm gonna stop being mad for black people. Y'all are not gonna make me lose my teeth. Stop getting haircuts, cause I done became friend. Can I be like a winning? I want to go. I'm about to. Let me not say I'm gonna stop worrying about black people. I'm going to not take a vow of poverty. I'm going to do right. I'm going to advise candidates in a proper manner, And Ruthie, I want to take, like, see all of this stuff that I share right here? Like, I would like to be able to put it into candidates. Right? And be able to buttress them, to give them, like, I want people who value my advice to help them get elected, and then value my advice to help them stay elected, and to build our ecosystem, right? And I think that this vantage point puts me at a disadvantage from that. So, I'm not really mad. I'm not mad for myself, if that makes sense. I'm mad because every time I find out something new, I want everybody else to know about it. Instead of like keeping it to myself, and I just be wanting people to do better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be like, look, man. But if y'all gonna argue with me about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, so we talk about as much, Ruthie, I need counseling. I do, man, because I need somebody to talk, because I be feel like, do you know what a Dan is?
DAN?
Yes. The thing I hate the most in the world is to be considered a Dan. If I said a Dan, would you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So, does anybody know what a Dan is? I hate to be thought of as a Dan. And if I could get over people thinking that I was a Dan, I feel like I could do much better by our community. Right? Like, I hate to feel like people think they're getting over on me. Right?
You don't like people try to BS you.
Right. Don't dumbass Negro me. And that ain't what Dan is. This is the whole thing. And I was just thinking, like, I feel like don't try to play me in the game. Call me and say, this is the game, and I'll tell you how I'm playing.
That part.
Right? And so I'm in a conundrum politically right now because I really don't like dude now because of some personal stuff. But this is business, and there's an ecosystem being created. And I need black people to understand that there's an ecosystem. And as much as I like the ecosystem, even though I may not like the people helping create the ecosystem, an ecosystem is being created nonetheless. And these actions over long term, if we as black people don't undercut them, could potentially have long-term benefits. And then after watching, it's like, it's so crazy because I was at the Black Caucus this weekend and they told you got to take a calculated risk sometimes. And they knew that when the black people did what they did, they knew that they were going to, the white folks was going to pay them back, but they made a play for the black folks. Now they tell you you're stupid if you do that. Right?
Well, because I think one is collective thought and the other is self-preservation thought.
Yep.
And I think that's the difference. And that's why our ecosystem, as you just called it, is messed up, because we do more self-preservation versus collective plays for the long term.
You know, I feel like I want us to get out of Mandingo political fights.
Well, I don't. Unfortunately, I think because of the way that our politics has been historically brokered, it's going to take us more time to get out of that until we decide to get it out of the church.
Can we, like, my thing is,
like, let me say why that's essential, because I've been thinking about this. Because of the spiritual awakening that needs to happen, I think us brokering politics through the church, we gonna always get those situations where you being a Dan, because it's built off of you not really knowing. It's built off you not knowing the system and just kind of being shepherded. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when it comes to politics, like, it's a whole different game that has to be played. And it's some things that I don't think pastors need to be engaged in.
Like the issue,
like cannabis. That's why I think cannabis failed, personally speaking.
Oh, yep.
Gaming. I think that's why nobody's really pushing for it. Because, and I think that's so. Yeah. So that's what I think.
I bet they get in when prostitution be legal. I can't help myself sometimes. I'm sorry. It's before 6:30. The say, oh, it might be a little after.
So yes, I agree that the ecosystem does need a different direction, or at least
different directors.
You have to have. At least you got to have two choices. At the very least, like, you got to have at least two. Because if it's only one, you just.
I want a forum for us to be able to talk. Right? Like, I'm going to talk about this a little bit at 8 o'clock if we don't talk about how you know you're a black parent. How you know you black parents. You got black parents without saying you're black parents. You grew up in a black house. But, Ruthie, I was thinking about, like, we just don't. Even we have an ecosystem is dysfunctional, and because we don't know the people and what their intentions are, what they eat, what they drink, what they doing in the ecosystem, they just becoming. We don't know who are the carnivores, who are the vegetarians, who are the herbivores, who will eat a little bit, who will, what's the people when you eat both, when you eat meat and omnivore. Look at you. Did you get that? Speaking of, oh my God, Ruthie, did you hear about what happened in Kankakee yesterday?
Oh yeah, I got the video if you want to see it.
I do. We're gonna. Oh, you got it's an actual video about the teacher
from inside the classroom. It's a video.
Okay. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. So, look, let's do this. We said what's up to everybody, but we still haven't taken the plane off. So, let's get the Soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back after these messages. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I'll get you some headlines, social media question of the day. Plus, we're just going to have a good conversation today. It'll be good. All that and more after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life. Epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Coming to Allstate Arena November 3rd through 6th. Free parking for all ticket holders. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be said? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 24 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 20. On the Edens, 28 minutes in both directions, while the Eisenhower is 36 minutes inbound, 28 minutes outbound. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 43 minutes outbound, 31. While the Bishop Ford is 32 minutes I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 10 minutes, and Jackson to 55th will be 7, while it's 8 minutes north. Today's weather, it is currently 44 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 74 with a low of 43. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Friday. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, God, to the grave, from the grave, back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me.
are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler plus Ruth and more in on a Friday dressed for like you on the what was did y'all see Empire Strikes Back?
Star Wars?
That was the second. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back was number 2.
I ain't never seen one.
That was the one when he killed the remember they was on the snow planet and he was riding that big thing with the horns. And Ruthie, you dressed like Luke Skywalker was for the winter on that planet.
Did he?
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna show you the scene. He was so cold. Like he came up like it was like freezing Antarctica, like super cold.
Look, I know you cold too. You got on double. You got on double 2 layers.
No,
so that's unlike
super
you.
Thin. Nuh-uh. The orange T-shirt. It's my T-shirt to match my Go Bears wear. And can I tell y'all what? I finally found my size. Like I figured. No, I'm serious, right? Like I have vacillated between large and extra large, and sometimes you get a large and it be too tight, and then you get an extra large and it be too big, and I don't want. So shout out. I ain't gonna even give him a shout. Shout out to my man Tony Medlin who did not give me this, even though I want some dope Bears gear. I want a signed Bears helmet in Obsidian. Man, we got some man, Joe. I done been a lot of places. Do you know I done been to like a bunch of Super Bowls? You know I was in the building in the United Center when the Bulls won the championship. I was going through as we're putting Obsidian together. We're pulling together like sports memorabilia. Like I got a signed glove from Sugar Shane Mosley. Ooh. I was in Arizona one time, and then I happened to be staying at the same hotel that the Arizona Cardinals was having their annual Christmas party, and I just walked into it, and I saw a silent auction. And
what?
We were staying at the Four Seasons in Phoenix, and so we went downstairs to have a drink in the lobby, and you know me, I'm just walking through the lobby, and I was like, what's going on in here? And then I saw Calais Campbell. Then I saw, what's my man? Carson Palmer. I was like, is that Carson Palmer? And I was like, oh. So I walk in the room, and it's all, like, now I'm trying to impress Carrie, right? Because, like, this is before we was, like, married, right? And so we had 4 seasons. I ain't going to tell you, I got a super crazy discount. But, so I walk into the ballroom, and you know when you, like, when nobody... I'm like, welcome to Cousin Pete. I was walking around like I was supposed to be there. Went to the bar, open bar, right? I was going to go buy a drink. Bar open, top shelf. I'm like, yeah, I'll take some of that 1942 right there. Thank you very much. And then, so as somebody's talking to me, I started getting a little nervous, right? Because I was like, I thought they was going to ask for me. And I was like, oh, look at this. So I signed up for the auction, for the silent auction, and I signed up for the football, and this is what you got to do with the silent auction trick. That's why they done took it off. That's why they stopped looking at the paper. You gotta go and you gotta watch the papers to the last minute. Right then, right when they say last call, then you be like, look at your thing. You put your last offer down. Because sometimes people don't bid. And so I wound up bidding. I think I bid like $250. Right, on this football, but it was signed by like the whole Arizona Cardinals and all this stuff, and then the next year Carson Palmer retired. So it's like I got all of this memorabilia that's coming. Man, the Singletary jersey is dope. I was thinking about getting a Deion Sanders Atlanta Falcons helmet signed. Be like, man, you walk past that. I really want a Jackson State one.
I like Deion. What he doing?
Woo, Deion kicking that. You know what I'm saying. Shout out. I told y'all I'm honorary Jackson. Shout out to all the Jackson State alums. If I didn't go to U of I, my honorary HBCU is Jackson State. You know why? Because every time I go to a cookout, Jackson State be like, man, what you want to eat? What you want to drink? Sit down. Like, they teach the people in the South how to be, not like, Ruthie be at the joint like, get your own! No, I ain't getting no damn plate.
No, but once you come twice, you ain't no guest. Like you come over somewhere twice, so you show up twice, you ain't a guest.
You a guest in my house. Go in my cabinets if you want to.
You're supposed to just sit everything out.
Then it's no. No. I think I'm too much of a service person anyway. So I'd be like, let me get it for you. Let me get it for you. Feel my house. You know I'm the cook at the house, right? You know I'd be like, I deliver the dinner to the table and everything. One day I'm gonna be the king. I'm gonna have servants. Hey, can you have servants now?
Yeah, you just can't call them that.
What do you call them? Staff?
I think it's probably what their job is.
Man,
this is my housekeeper. This is my nanny.
So
this is my personal assistant.
See, so I'm not gonna lie. Like when we shout out to Chantel, shout out to Tamiko for plugging us. Shout out to Jandria. All of them. Like the problem when you hire black people who clean though, you gotta be nice.
What you mean? You're supposed to be nice to anybody that's up in your house.
It's different though. You know, different kind of nice. You know, different kind of nice.
Like a personable.
You know.
Versus non-personable.
Like you missed something.
Oh.
And then you be like, see, you, like when it's black people, you have to kindly explain you missed something. When it's like the other people, you be like, hey, what's going on behind this toilet? You know what I'm saying? You ain't see the, what's up with the ceiling fans, fam?
Funny.
You know, black people, you gotta be like, hey, I was wondering before you left out so quickly.
Oh, no.
Do you think it would be like I'll be honest, like when you do black people for service and they be ready to be done, they be like, look, I'm done with it. Like I ain't gonna even tell this story, but like I had to I ain't gonna even
tell. Ain't it like a checklist or something? You could just
it's called a punch list.
Yeah, if you supposed to just look at the punch list, right?
Then they be mad at you.
No, but it's on the punch list.
You know, black people, I don't care about that damn paper. You better get that paper out of my face, man. I bet you be like, you missed the spot.
Now you missed the spot. Just refer to the punch list.
You missed the spot.
No, I'm saying like just refer to the punch list. That's all you got to do.
So you just take the paper and you be like, oh, this say it's supposed to be right there. That's what's supposed to be. Instead of like, nigga, you ain't see this.
I put the penny in the corner.
I got right. You know I am the king of that.
I know.
Did I told you about that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how I know. Yeah, you said it. You used to do that.
Oh yeah. If you got a wing mop too, boy, you. Ooh, okay.
Anyways,
a wing mop.
That's one of the big ones.
I love those though. It's the mop like when you see on basketball courts. It's the long dust
ones.
mop, and it's like if it's on a good swivel. I go work a mop though. I can kill a wing mop. Like I used to be a janitor in college. I did. I was a good one too. I mean, I actually take pride in cleaning. I used to love. Okay, I'm not even go here. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Ruler. Gotta say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is probably wondering what the heck is going on. We God done been turned it around and came back and y'all ain't said nothing. What's up to WBGX 1570 AM? We appreciate you whether you listen to us on the radio, that's 1570 AM, or you check us out on the TuneIn app. Now, you can also give us a call at 872-259-7474. If you're out there and you just want to say something, you want to respond, just let us know you're out there. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Now, can't forget the sinners who come with us every day, sinners and early rising saints who join us every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Shout out to everybody new on YouTube. YouTubers unite! I do need to say they took us down yesterday.
YouTube?
For You Must Learn. Do y'all know how much drill music we done played? Do y'all know how much bend it over, slap it, pack it, whip, knock if you buck?
Now hold on, that's a classic though.
It's not really. What? Even though I was listening in the car the other day and I heard, what's that? I heard EINGHEMPLOEME. That's me. I heard that and I thought about y'all. I thought about you. What's his name? INDPENDENCEE. Yeah, that's me. Huh?
Bootsy.
Independent.
Huh?
You can spell it independent. I know you can do that.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. INDEPENDENT. Yeah, boy, that's me.
She got her own house. She got
her own crib. She got her own butt. Yeah, but oh yeah. I was in there like, I was in the car like, then I wanted like, lean with it, pop with it.
Oh,
lean with it, pop with it, lean with it, pop with
To
it.
the lyrics, right? Luke?
Oh
Like,
my goodness.
You know, I'd be like,
it just be bad. Imagine a road trip.
Oh my goodness.
I got all the songs for the road trip. We have a blast on the road trip. As long as I ain't got to drive.
You let anybody control the radio but you?
No. I'm in control of everything.
I knew you was going to say no.
He ain't even driving.
I knew you was going to say no.
No.
What about when you get out the car? Like,
No. Whoever's driving gets control of the car. Gets control of the radio. Like, that's just a rule. I
said the same thing.
No. And honestly, because I like really all music, now you going to be mad because if you play something wrong, so I'm going to make my own songs up in a minute. Right? So if you decide you want to play opera on the way, don't trip when I start singing opera by the fifth song. Because I will be honest with you. Like I could put on Prince's greatest hits, like, you know, that triple he's got with the 3 CDs, and it's like all his great ones, and then a bunch of stuff. I could listen to 1 and 2 and drive probably anywhere. But once I run out of lyrics, I'm ready to stop. Let me out. If you give me like Purple Rain, I could drive through Purple Rain and Thriller straight through, right? Because I sing every song and miss everything. But you know, you might be able to throw in like a New Edition or something like that, right? Like some R&B.
Oh, okay.
If I start listening to hip hop though, I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to stop driving because it's like it's not soothing. It winds me up. But I will drive if I can sing. Okay, sorry. Anyway, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to it. But yes, right. But if it's my car, are we talking about in my car?
Oh,
No,
you
playing.
can't backtrack now.
Nah, I'm just playing. First of all, I don't think anybody's ever driven my car. Well, my son has.
He probably was not thinking about a radio.
Carrie does not. I think Carrie just refuses to drive the car because she'd be like, I just don't want to do that. I'll be like, but you can drive it. I actually, I think it'd be fresh to see her driving, pull up the glasses. Only to me, though, because everybody, I'd probably be like, nah, hold on, man, what you looking at? And can I just say this one more time at the party? Let me tell you. White boys be thinking they slick.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Ruthie, I went to an event the other day, and the white boy was like, I still can't believe you married him. So it'd be like, ha, 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 cute. Then it'd be, man, Maze, you are so lucky. I'm like, I know who I am. Then it'd be, one more time before I go, if you need some help, don't make me knock your ass out around here, right? And it's like, what? And it's like, Carrie is always a lady. But I'm going to snatch somebody up one day. I done got through the people, like the brothers done stopped with the winding up. But now it's the white boys who be trying to do the talk slick. Like, I feel like, man, Joe, if we was on if this was down south, if this was Riis's commercial, I had to be at the port shooting. Like, man, boy, I be thinking about these things when, how you be playing stuff back in your head, you be like, what you say? It's okay. All right, I'm through. The Brandon Johnson train is getting rolling, Ruthie. You heard about that?
Mayor?
Mm-hmm. Organizations in the 30th, 33rd, 35th, and 39th wards endorsed Johnson for mayor in his run-up to his announcement. I have heard through the grapevine that he is planning to announce soon on the site of some historic old locations.
I am interested to see what his platform entails, and
he said wealth redistribution.
And I think what'll happen is I think more candidates' messaging will shift toward his, just like on a national level. How at first Bernie Sanders' platform was like super extreme, but now you see the Democratic Party has sort of, they use the same talking points now. So I think it'll be the similar situation here in the city.
Okay. Interesting. That including that too. Tom Tunney, I'm hearing, is making a play as well. I'm hearing his signatures going well, unlike the mayor's.
Oh, he collecting signatures?
Mm-hmm. Oh, like he got a whole operation. White folks in full on gear.
What's his like
Base?
Foundation? Business?
Business and LGBTQ.
Ah.
Remember?
Ooh,
And Savage. He took. Oh, that's gone. They don't like her. They already all been dumb. Already been dumb. Dang dope.
The mayor's base is just. Mayor Lightfoot's base is just
give me a piece,
just
give me a piece, give me a piece,
pieces
give
of
me
it.
a piece,
Wow.
give me a piece, give me. That's why I said.
Wow.
Okay, so if you don't want to be a racist, you can vote for Sophia King if you want. If you still need your black girl magic, if you don't want to be, if you want to have your LGBT cake and eat it too, then you can also have Tom Tunney on the north side. If you really don't want to support either of those, then you take somebody like a Ray Lopez or a Paul Vallis. Right? So white people got all the options. Now, see, why are you ruining the 7 o'clock hour? Look, don't start with me. All right? Okay. Turn my mic up. Turn me up in my headphones. Let me see what I could do for you. Let me see what I got on my side. Bam! Now I probably just woke some people up. All right. Did you see the official count of the immigrants? 3,580.
Here in the city or in the state?
Nope, just Chicago. In Chicago.
3,000?
Hold on. See? That? See?
They just quietly coming in now?
Hold on. No, that's not quiet because they snapping now. Hold on. 3,580 times 5,000 each equals 17.9 million. She's got 5 million. Huh?
That's 18 million.
No, Ruthie, don't round it up. I'm trying to see you go being unfair. It'll be over 18 million next week because they got more buses coming. Now, I just want to point out that the mayor put in her budget 5 million for migrants. Ruthie, 5 million for migrants. Here's the math. We said 5. You saw they're now getting. This the problem. The black people who work at the social service places is having to take the migrants in, and you know they are not. You know how black folks is like. So now the migrants are telling on the black people.
And I heard too from some black people that a lot of those that some of them can't even get OT because they don't speak a second language, so they feel like it ain't fair.
What?
Right, something so small, but I heard somebody say that, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually a interesting point."
So you mean to tell me?
Think about it though.
That to cook, to clean. Well, first of all, I don't even want to be in the. I'm okay. So do we get the? So do we understand? Is everybody clear that there is money being made here? Is everybody clear that someone is making money?
A lot of people.
That stated, I want to know what our cut is of this. $17.9 million. And I'm just, okay. Ruthie, we had.
I think this is just my humble opinion. But I believe this should be declared a state of emergency. We need to see daily updates like they had the tracker for the COVID numbers. I need to see how many migrants we got from Venezuela.
What if they not from Venezuela? What if they from Guatemala?
See, well, I need to
what
know.
About Peru?
I need to know. We need to know. This is a growing situation. Next thing you know, we gonna be like New York declaring a state of emergency. So I don't think that this should be kept so quiet. I understand why it's being kept quiet. Like, I get it. I understand.
I think this should be
we got it under control. We got it under control.
Does anybody remember me asking the question, do you believe that undocumented immigrants, but now I got to change the question. Documented migrants who are not from the United States should have the right to vote? Ruthie, just think. they're going to change somebody's local school council election. They're also going to change somebody's school board election. If you don't give up Henry Wadsworth Elementary, they going to say, if we what if they say they want Beasley? Y'all don't give us Beasley, we flipping this. And you're going to really look, because when you look at this, we're probably not going to get a lot of time to dig into it, but today there's a new white people in Chicago.
Who?
They're college educated from the suburbs or out of town. They used to live in places, the white people in Chicago used to live in places where there was far away from public transportation. Now they live in areas that are complete, like are high access to public transportation and close to the center of downtown. The Black Belt has been completely eroded. Do you know that the near South Side, I call that from the low end to the Robert Taylors, was in 1990 was not 5 point, but 0.5% white, less than 1%. It is now 51% white.
Whoa.
That's the low end. Think about the low end. And so we have to reprogram our minds when we think about how we're talking about white people in Chicago. I think we've talked about this a little bit, but now, like the white flight is not white people returning from the suburbs. What do you call it? They call it white flight when they leave, and they call it gentrification. It's not white people returning it's not white people who left and came back. It is an influx of new white people or white people's kids who live in the suburbs coming to live in the city. And I think that really has to shape the way we talk about black and white, because I think I went to go see the Harold Washington movie yesterday, and it's a different white now, right? It's not that ethnic Lithuanian, Irish. They said Stella and whoever have been replaced by Bob and Jen. They got it in the paper. It was funny though. It was like they had the ethnic names, and then it was and now it's like Jen and Ryan have now taken over. And so, and it's what you see, like when you go to the West Loop, like when you see these white people at the West Loop, it'd be like, even the black people are different black people. They are. Like when you look at the West, do you realize that the white population on the West Side has tripled from Halsted to, they got the lower West Side, the near West Side, and the West Side. That's how the segments of gentrification are happening. There was an interesting story that was in the paper. We'll talk about it a little bit later, maybe. Did you see they're getting extra patrols in Wrigleyville? Where are they getting extra patrols in Wrigleyville to protect the white people who have been getting kidnapped? I said I wasn't getting in the car. Riis said he said when they put that, somebody said when they put that Drake on your face, you get in the car. I'm like, no, I'm not going I'm not going to location number 2. Kill me here. Here, you can have everything I got. You can take the car keys, I'll walk away. But I'm not getting in the car.
I mean, I can understand why they got the extra patrols. That is very brazen, and it seems to be a pattern.
Well, they done did 5-7 people already.
But it is interesting that people get in the car.
Riis said he was getting in the car.
Yeah, why would you get in?
Because
I think we are. I mean, we can say it in hindsight, but man, listen, when that.
No, Riis.
No, but if you plan not to get in, you ain't gonna get in. Like if you say so it's kidnapping 101, right? And I don't know about men, but women are taught kidnapping 101. You do not get taken to the second location. We gonna have to fight it out right here. You're not gonna take me in the house to gag and bind me up. We're gonna struggle right here.
And I may die in that.
Probably.
No, I'm saying, and I think that's the risk. But let me tell you what you're not finna do. You're not finna have me tied up to no chair, hitting me with no hot irons. No sirree, Bob. Nope, I'll take it right here.
So that's interesting, Riis. That's interesting. But I see what you're saying.
I'm saying
you see the Draco with the beam.
I just think. I mean, we can say it. Like, of course, like I'm saying, like right now, I ain't getting in the common fight, but I just think when that thing come up to me and
that's why you got to train your brain and your mind so that in that moment you can. Because listen. It sounds good, right? But if you train your mind to say, okay, I know I'm not you not
I may lose my life right here. Yes. And I'm saying, like, I think that you can make a life or death decision, and I think you're saying it like you don't think. This is what I think, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I do think that you're saying it as if I don't recognize that the potential for not getting in the car is death. Right?
Yeah, so like I just think that in hindsight, somebody like I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard when somebody pull that, like, and especially it said like the shocking, like you standing on the corner, you waiting for the light to change. Next thing you know, a car turn the corner, bend the corner, some dude behind you put a gun on you like that, say get in the car. Like it's so quick.
It's so quick.
And I just believe that.
And I'm going to be like this.
No.
I'm going to be like, you know how the cat, they be trying to pull. No, I'm not getting in the car. Even if you put it behind me, I'm not getting in the car.
Have you ever thought about, like, why you're being, like, so if I know that I'm being, so check this out. I think if I know that I'm being kidnapped with the intent of taking me to an ATM to make me punch my pin and give you,
what I'm saying.
Hold on, wait, and give you money, okay, then I'll get in the car, right, with the Draco in my face. Right? So that's what you're assuming.
Correct.
Me, I'm assuming as a woman, if I get in this car and get kidnapped, you're about to take me and do some nefarious things with me. I'm never going to be seen again. So I got to fight for my life not to get in. But if you pull up and say, let's go to the ATM.
Right.
Okay, I'll get in. But so I think that's the difference. So I'm with you, Riis.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like I'm really thinking about being robbed more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking about somebody being like, what you say about these black people?
Now I'm chained up and shackled somewhere.
In the box for 30 years under the basement. No, sir, Bob.
Man, that story when you get out though is gonna be.
You said when you get out after 10. Okay. After you get out pregnant with
that's not funny.
Girl have 5 kids that never. Man, please. I will not laugh at that. I will not laugh at that. I'm going to take a quick break. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Oh wait, did I get through all my stuff? No, I did not. The cop who shot Adam Toledo faces firing now. Extra patrols in Wrigley Field. Lightfoot is trying to stop the federal government from charging her with environmental racism. Ruthie, remember when I told you that this time was coming? Maestradamus. Let me do. Maestradamus. If we went back in time, I'm sure there's a time I said that Ruthie would get to a point where the mayor will find that every day she's going to have another story where she's going to have to recant something or she said. The media is now about to pile on. And the mayor is going to find that every waking day is going to be a reminder. And the problem for the mayor is like Daly and them didn't have is it wasn't on social media. The mayor had been busy TikToking, and you remember she done
pop, lock, and drop it.
I mean,
but you're right. There was no way to get your counter narrative out. Now there's a whole industry built on the counter narrative, including some local papers.
There it is.
And media entities.
Lord have mercy, Ruthie. Goodness gracious.
But her marketing team, they was on point when they first came out though. I'm not even gonna stunt. Them videos, them viral clips were really good.
They're not gonna age well. It all began with just a word. Go home to your mama. Move along. It was all good just a week ago. And then we're gonna take the TikTok video where the mayor was like, Then we're gonna go get the penguins?
It was cute.
Man, see, if somebody had, like, if I had a finance budget, do you know what the commercials would be like? Could you imagine if I got to do some commercials?
I think they would be really, really good.
I think they'd be really, really treacherous. Like this is one of those days where it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore, my man DJ Riis. Look, we'll be back after these messages. It is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
You ever blame yourself for some shit you didn't do? Carry the weight for love, kept it moving, ain't never looked back. 'Cause I see the bigger picture of being a victim. When things get hard, you gotta be strong. I've been right there with you. So live your whole truth and be your whole you. Yeah, they can talk behind your back, but they can't hold you. I don't keep my drama or my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Smoker pushing on the gas. Hey, I've been moving in the fast lane. Don't be looking in the past, 'cause when you're looking, you get past. Don't get it twisted, I ain't forget. You know I've been through a whole bunch of this shit, 'cause I put a line on that clock 'cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question I'm legit. I've been on the move, 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 move. Move, make it do what it do. Ain't got nothing to prove. Redefining the cool, hey. I don't keep my drama or my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Put you in this you got. When they see you get it, your haters get mad. Focus on your mission and get to your bag.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in
in it for the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Plus DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. Y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. Where my, let me see if I can find this. Ruthie Moore, I was thinking about you yesterday when I was watching the news.
Ooh, I hope it was a good piece of news.
It was not. You know, I always call it Kankakee, as in Kankakee. Wait a minute. And Ruthie, yesterday I saw a story, and I am trying to get the video now and upload, and I'm gonna play it because I want to know. It's gonna come through the switcher. It'll come through the switcher. Let me just pull it up through the cloud. Yesterday I was watching, or actually I was listening to the news when I heard the story about what happened in Kankakee. And Ruthie, you know, when I hear Kankakee all the time, my ears perk up. Because I'll be like, Kankakee? We're going to be there in just a few weeks, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to be in Kankakee kicking with the Sigma Gamma Rose at the Knights of Columbus. It's going to be super dope. Y'all, did y'all know the Sigma Gamma Rose doing it in style? They sending me a car.
I ain't get one.
Because you live there. You got your car coming around the block.
No, I don't. Technically,
You do.
Technically not. But you know how the pay gap is.
So Ruthie, can you vote in Kankakee?
Don't try to throw that Obama Michelle up in there.
Now, see, but yesterday, Ruthie, I saw this. I heard this story on the news, and I thought it would be cool for us. Not cool, but I thought we should talk about it because I do think that this is a challenge that probably our children find all the time. And I also think it will inform our conversation on the mayor a little bit later in her defense of the Proud Boy. So, Ruthie, yesterday there were reports of a teacher in Kankakee who used a racial slur with the students. So I was thinking, maybe in Kankakee there's a emerging Latino population or something. Maybe somebody offended or migrant population, especially with all of the people that are moving in. So I said, I'm not going to get all bent out of shape. I'm sure that if that's the town that Ruthie come from, she got these people in check. However, little did I know that it was an incident involving a white teacher and a black student. I am going to Riis. You got to turn the volume up when I play it because I think it's low on here. And you all have to listen carefully. But this is video recorded by students in the classroom after a teacher kicked the kid out of class. Correct? Is that?
It looked like some sort of altercation between the teacher and
the student. Yep.
So as the student is walking out the door or being guided out of the door by somebody we can't see off camera, the teacher says something as he's walking out the door.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Here is the video.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't pay attention, you won't catch it that quick. It's the effing Igor. Listen towards the moment, and you'll see it again. Teacher and student. This video was recorded from inside the classroom.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, we got this shit on.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. One more. Oh, did it play twice? All right. So, apparently, after an altercation with the teacher looks to be a young man. I don't know how old he is, but he essentially called the young man a effing ninja. As the young man was being put out of class. Now, one of the things that concerns me is because I seem like when I was looking at the video, it seemed like it was all black kids. It seemed like it was all black kids in the classroom.
Or at least a good majority of the ones
Right.
you see, right?
Right? That is anti the narrative that we think of when we think about white people teaching black kids. But how many people feel that way? Say it or think it. And are our children... What are the children supposed to do in that case? They taped it, but like honestly, I would not have tripped if I saw like the whole black male population stand up and whoop the teacher. But we know they would have all been in trouble and they would have all went to jail in Kankakee for 20 years, which is what they know.
I think it is traumatizing for those young people to have to experience that, particularly by a teacher.
A person that is put in authority over you. I don't like, so let me play it again, and I want y'all to give us a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Yesterday in Kankakee, Illinois, after an altercation with a student, this is what the teacher had to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this shit on. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, did he stay in the classroom after that? So is he fired? Do the kids have to go back to school and walk past him? Do the kids have to sit in the class? Now, I'm going to say this. You may think I'm petty, but I must tell you that where is the outrage? Who defends those black kids? Like, I must tell you that I do feel like this is one of those things where they hold the press conference and the governor and Juliana Stratton and and all of the people that's running up on the bus. Like, these are black kids that are clearly at the mercy of a white teacher who thinks that way. Can I ask a question? Is that possible in Chicago?
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it
wouldn't be said that way.
Nah, you would have been watching that video on World Star.
No, I think that you wouldn't get a video because I don't think they would say it out loud. But do you think anybody thinks it when they're dealing with our kids?
All the time.
Yes.
So how do we respond to this? And who is responsible for responding to this? Now, have we found out anything from the village of the city of Kankakee as to how they've responded to the school district? Has the teacher been fired? Is he still in the school? What happened to the kids? Are the kids getting counseling?
It says the teacher is on paid leave pending an investigation.
Paid leave? After you made them anti-Semitic remarks?
That's anti-Negro remarks.
Oh, we can't be that.
Now, just check this out, though. Check this out. Oh, wait. Well, see, don't start. We get put it. Let me ask, though. Who writes the letter for him? Do you know what I mean? Like, remember when the kids up in Evanston was getting nooses hanged? And Ty had to go up there?
So it looks like ABC7 interviewed the young person.
Mm-hmm.
And
they got it. I saw the video.
Yeah. So he said,
go ahead.
It made me feel like less than a black man, a young black man at that, from a small community that's trying to do the most for that community. So that's how it made him feel.
Okay, so here's my thing. Can I be honest? I've been called a nigga by a teacher before.
Effing in though? Both highly offensive, but you throw that F on there. That's a bit of extra sauce on there.
I don't know. I know how just nigga made me feel. Right? And it's one of those things where who defends the black kids, the black children? Who do they see, right? Stand up for them. Because if that were to happen to a child of another distinction, there would be helicopters. The governor we would be declaring that a hate crime. And we would be talking about hate has no home here.
And the video would be widely circulating, not just coverage of it.
So, what does the young black man, this is why when y'all be allowing them to chop, nobody stands up. So again, let's go down there. Let's go talk about what happened. But if the black child does not see someone stand up in his defense, guess what he does? Accepts it. See?
Accepts it or acts out.
Right.
And that is what I feel will happen. Because I know a young person that was in that classroom. And I can almost, I ain't going to say I can guarantee you, but the sentiment is that we know they don't like us anyway. So if you got black children that don't respect white teachers, and they're having experiences that will lead them to, with their own eyes, lead them to believe that the teachers don't have any respect for them, that creates an educational environment that's not healthy.
Let me, Juan says, what's the rest of the story? Can I tell you what, Juan? There is no rest of the story for me. There's a teacher and there is a student. You are the master of the destiny. And even if you you dummy, you big doofus, you big goofy, when you went to you effing, that's a different level. And I don't care. Let me tell you what. There's no rest of the story for me. There's just not. I'm gonna play the video in a second. Reese, we're going to play the video because I want you to hear from the young black man. Because they can strip our young men. And again, this is.
At 10 tonight, we have learned a South suburban teacher is under investigation after.
Hold on, let me get it.
And let me just say that I think it's interesting that she said South Suburban, because rarely do you hear Kankakee referred to as
South
Suburbs. So I want y'all to keep that same energy, Chicago. When people from Kankakee say they from the suburbs, I'm gonna point to that Cheryl Burton video.
Cheryl Burton ain't
don't try to backtrack it now.
I ain't trying to
backtrack. It's the suburbs.
The suburbs of what? The suburbs of Bourbonnais. The suburb of Olivet.
Thank you, Cheryl Burton. Thank you.
You better stop with that. I'm gonna play the story of the young black man. I think you should hear it. Because I do think it's important. I know it'll be easy to dismiss, but then 20 years down the later, if you have a story and you follow it, and then it's this young black man left school, did blah 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 blah, right? No one will ever say, how does being called a nigger make you feel?
It's traumatic.
No, it ain't, man. Y'all use it all the time. Here, let's go.
The school district says that teacher used a racial slur toward a student. Now, this happened in a classroom at Kankakee High School. The school district saying a teacher was in a, quote, minor conflict with a student and used a racial slur as that student left the classroom.
A minor conflict and used a race. Do you see how that's Kankakee?
Tonight, that student telling ABC7 he is still in shock.
It made me feel less than a black man, a young man at that. And, in a little community that's trying to do the most for that community.
The superintendent for Kankakee School says they are disappointed in the incident, adding, quote, the teacher has been placed on paid leave pending a full investigation. As of the end of the day today, KHS administration have collected statements from the students, talked with the students in the classroom, and reviewed several videos. The principal will make a recommendation on the disciplinary action after the investigation. The school district.
Hold on. Turn up my switcher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got this shit on. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lose his job. He should lose his whatever you need to do to be able to teach.
He should be canceled
and not be able to teach anywhere in the United States of America.
No, man, please.
I'm for
He
real.
only offended Negroes, man. Y'all, man, please.
Listen,
man, nobody care about them.
If you can be a part of the Proud Boys and still be on Chicago Police Department, then he'll be back teaching somebody's babies somewhere.
And we probably will find a reason. So this is me. That's why I'm gonna stop messing with black people, right? Because I would go get involved in it.
You can't quit. You can't quit us.
I would go get. I think we like. I don't. To me, the black men in Kankakee should show up for the boy. To me, the black men in Kankakee should show up for the boy. They should show up to the school. They ain't gotta have no giant protests, but be a visible presence. Like, those black boys need to see black men be like, it's not okay. We leave boys to fight men's battles. Right? Then get mad when they pick up guns and weapons. Because we're not in a position to protect ourselves, and much less in a position to protect our children. And so that is why not taking action we show. the black men of Kankakee, and I'm happy. I don't need no car service. I'm happy to roll out with you. But the black men of Kankakee should go to the high school. I'm not talking about they ain't got to storm the building. They can just be quiet. Just like be there after school. Get out your car and just be there. See, I ain't always get along with my old man, and I ain't always agree with his methods. But what I knew was, wasn't nobody finna do nothing to me. Not without a consequence. There was never a time that I went home and said that there was a problem or somebody older or some adult. That was his business then. That's the daddy in the house moment. Because then the option is, when you feel fearful, you going to protect yourself. So then you call him a murderer. Please, I'm not taking it to that level. There is something about knowing that someone has your back. Right? It's the feeling of having a big brother. It's the feeling of having cousins that come to town that is going to clean up whatever mess that anybody... But we just saw where a teacher had a kill list in a school. You have that white boy, looks like all of them, incel, whatevers, and he's free to run amok amongst our children. What else has he said? What else has he done? What do the grade books look like? Was he in charge of the ACT testing? What other pieces of their lives does he impact? And how many people in the school system feel the same way? Now, I'm gonna look at the name, and I saw Geneva. So I'm gonna guess that somewhere in there, because you know black people like to throw a little extra into it.
Yep, it's a black lady, Dr. Walters.
So Dr. Walters now can't be too, and Kankakee can't over defend the black boy, because it's still Kankakee. She still got to get the votes. I want to see what the board look like, right?
Well, she said she ain't running again, so I think she gonna do the right. I think she gonna let him go.
So,
because the pressure, I think the pressure is gonna be too much.
But there needs to be pressure, and it needs to, and the white people need to, the white people, not just the teacher, need to be like, y'all ain't taking our boys or our girls. But when you leave your boys, who protects them in the school when you ain't there? Okay, I'm sorry. But for black men who had a big brother, a big sister, a daddy, somebody that would not leave you to the wolves, didn't have to be the fightingest, shootingest, loud talkingest, but it ain't gonna happen here. Like, he shouldn't want to come back to the school. Like, the teacher need to go to Rantoul. Well, he can't go to Rantoul, as black people there too.
But I too want people to understand the difference between Kankakee County and the city of Kankakee. which is where Kankakee High School is. Kankakee County looks way different from the city of Kankakee. Just FYI.
What does the administration look like? What do the teachers look like? It's the same thing. Like I would tell you, like the city of Chicago, right? Like the majority of the teachers are white in the city, right? But the student population, and this is where, to me, these conflicts happen when we don't have, when you send this, that is the epitome of sending your child to the enemy to be educated. The epitome of it. And to me, how many of our kids have been suffered through that trauma? How many times that happened when there was no cell phone?
What? Or how many times do it happen and the teacher don't say you a F and N? They just don't give you your proper grades. Have zero tolerance for any type of behavior infractions.
Or do your grades on the board 3 times to see if you were the smartest kid in the class.
That happened to somebody we know. That's real. Or you get disproportionate discipline. Happens all the time.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. How do we handle it? How do you deal with this? This is, again, we seen this though. Remember when we saw it in the L stop? And it was like, nigger! And remember I said remember? Now it's had kids. Go ahead. What's up, caller?
Good morning. This is Ballhead. How you doing, family?
Ballhead! Hey man, you back healthy, man? Because we might need you to get on the grill, famo. Hey bro, I ain't had no tips like them in a minute, and I'm just checking. You know, I want to make sure you're good, but I do need you back on the grill soon, son. What's up, fam? And how the boy doing?
Good morning, man. And I'm on the grill every weekend. I'm just waiting. I'm the griller.
You know what? That's right. And you the devil egg maker, because them deviled eggs was off the chain too. Look, y'all. Okay, Ballhead, I'm through with the commercial. Ballhead is really just a server, right? Because his wife, hey man, you go back there, it be smelling good. You pull up, they package it all nice for you. Y'all, look, okay, y'all going. I'm through advertising. What's up, Ballhead? How you feeling?
Hey, good, man. God is good, man. Look here. It's 2 things. Kankakee they still had a southern mentality. I got a lot of bros that's there, still living there. And I mean, the thing is, they're afraid. My thing is, why was the media, they interviewed the youngsters, but why weren't their parents being interviewed? You know what I mean? I worked for Thornwood with the teenagers. You know, I was security. And mind you, the children now, they can get a little out of hand. But you as an adult, you know, you're supposed to be able to curb whatever you thinking. You know, you cannot express that. But if it's in you and that's all you thinking about and talking about, there's no way you're going to keep that bottled up inside. Whenever it happens, it's going to come out. And like you said, they're afraid. I mean, it's not really afraid, but the southern mentality, they can't rise up because they have to live there. But like you said, we need to be right there and be, you know, make it known. Look here, a paid leave? Are you serious? No, that's not. It's not really not acceptable at all. And I didn't hear about it until now. And once I get off this phone with you, I will be calling some of them bros down there. Man, what are y'all doing? This is, man, what's going on? We don't do. Bad Bikers Association, NABB, should be right there out there with them bikes roaring and let them know, hey, we here for the kids, baby. Good morning.
Where's our bikers? Right? Like, I don't care who it is. Like, where's our show? Like, I'll be like, them our kids. And can I tell you what, though? I think the governor of the state should be standing in solidarity with us. If somebody was up somewhere calling somebody something else, there would be letters, there would be everybody. We cannot allow this room of anti-blackness in our state. And I am saying that you know the reason I don't want to drive to Kankakee? Because I'm worried about getting out. Right? I'm suggesting that we as people, I want to come and I want the state police to be right there with us. I want the governor to be right there with us. I want Juliana Stratton. I want my Black Caucus, like, to meet the send on Kankakee. All the people that was fired up about the pipeline.
Can I just make a plea to everybody? This is a moment in history where the stakes are high, and being open about our values and living them is essential. Silence and inaction are not an option.
Are you quoting Ari Emanuel? You see how she just did that? You see that? Oh no, but y'all,
They ain't see that. They ain't see it.
Cause
they ain't see it. They ain't see it. Cause we ain't supposed to be. Just wanted to remind y'all that what's good for our children, we have to be the ones to set the standard.
So I'm just gonna say, fam, like y'all should call the governor's office, and y'all should ask, like, at a minimum, that warrants the lieutenant governor to give us one of them super emotional, right? Can you imagine if that was a child of that had gender, if that was a gender issue? Could you imagine if that was a gender issue? Could you imagine if that was an immigrant issue? We're a welcoming state. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Like, black truckers should stop in the town. Black bikers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, like, straight. Y'all. Hold on, let me do it for you again. Because, like this, it's one thing to be at the bar. It really is. It's another thing to be in school and this happens from the teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it.
He said, yeah, I'm going to lose my job in the morning.
Got this shit on. Oh. Yeah.
To me, full investigation of the Kankakee school there should be a racism task force that is published. Like, I want a statement from the Black Caucus, right? Like,
every child parent should sue. They should put all their children in the most expensive mental health care. I would milk this. I would sue the school district.
So let's back up. You got to take those words out.
What?
You have to take words like milk out, right? Because then it becomes you're playing the race card for disadvantage, right? Like, fundamentally, I understand where you're going, and that's the conversation you have with the lawyers. But on publicly, like me, I don't have no economic interest. I don't want no economic interest. What I want is, I don't even want to debate that should be, there should be zero tolerance for anti-blackness. Zero tolerance. But I'm telling you, we'll talk about a 13-year-old in another state, because that's the sexy conversation. Remember the people got burned in effigy? Remember downstate, and they burnt up the body and all? We're not going to talk about that in this state. Like, so here's me. Black people under threat anywhere. Now, I don't necessarily, there are going to be incidents of racism all the time, but like leading up to this election, again, you didn't get cannabis, you ain't got gaming. The least you could do is stop in and check on the shorty. But then if you go in and say, hey son, we got to care, then who cares about the black boy? Like, this was, y'all do understand this was in the school, in the classroom. And they're going to tell you, can you know what's getting ready to happen, right? They're going to tell you about how terrible the kid was. He was probably a behavior disorder kid. They're going to give you, they're going to say he was probably high on PCP like they did LaQuan. They remember, so if you make too much noise, then get ready for them to gear up the machine against a black child who everybody will believe. Because they can come get your kids just like they came and got Emmett Till still today. And black people be like, I don't want no parts of that. He probably did whistle at that white woman.
I think we live in a time where student mobilization and student organization is very powerful. So I wouldn't be surprised if groups of students mobilize themselves in protest.
And one more reason why, then we some suckers if we let our kids go up there by themselves. If it take the kids got to mobilize to protect their damn self from adults. Then what the hell why you think they carrying pistols? Because you can't protect them. Man, let somebody do some craziness like that to my son. We up there. And I'm saying that's not my son, but I'm down the road. But I don't want to roll as a rebel. I want to roll, and I want my elected officials, and I want my governor who is all about equity. That's education, and I want the chairman of the education, and I want a full investigation by the Illinois Department of Board of Education to find out what's going on. And do we need to do a racial analysis? And what is the severe impact of white teachers that have impact on black kids?
The stakes are too high. This is a moment in history where the stakes are high, and being open about our values and living them is essential. Silence and inaction are not an option.
Said Ari Emanuel. Check this out, yo. And then Daryl said, roll up on his house. Hey, fam, I bet you roll up on dude house. Dude ready. He dressed like he ready. No, seriously. Ruthie, he not dressed like he ready? He got an M16 in the car.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of you.
I wouldn't even stay in the classroom. Like I wouldn't even stay in we wouldn't even stay in the classroom. We would have got up and left for sure.
Okay, but you also don't live in... I'm going to tell you like this. In a place like Kankakee, I'm not going to speak to Ruthie's Kankakee. In a place like Bolingbrook, when I grew up, that could have done. That you got up and walked out, you will find yourself in trouble with the school, with the police, because everybody else going to side with him. And what's the population of the school demographically?
Let me look it up.
See, I always feel like a lot of times when you have, without that love of blackness in the school, they look at our kids like inmates anyway.
So again, the city of Kankakee and Kankakee County, two total different places.
Okay.
Kankakee County, the racial makeup is 77.6% white, 15% black. So if that's any indication as to, there are surrounding schools that people would prefer to send their children to instead of sending them to the local high school.
And so if they send them to the local high school, then your guess is that they probably don't. The best resources go to the other places. Mm-hmm. And then you get the incel. And the incel, for those of you that don't know, is the involuntarily celibate. Usually the school shooters. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Calling you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up?
Yeah, Maze.
What's up, Patrick?
If you're going to mess with black folks, good morning. If you're going to mess with black folks, you're going to stay pissed off. It's just the nature. It's just the nature of our folks. So you can't concentrate on those that ain't going to do. You just got to put your efforts into those who are going to do. Because if you got 15, you only got 5 that's going to work. The rest is just hanging around. In the case of this kid, unfortunately, most of our households don't have any fathers there anymore. And that's just where the cookie crumbles. So I don't know how his mother might be. And the men in the neighborhood aren't there anymore because women can't raise men. That's an unfortunate fact.
And the role models are the kind that you're talking about going up there and raising hell. And then it's frustrating. I found that out years ago. I remember when I was in college, we had a protest going. And I'm out there in the lead with the rest of them. And when we got up to the dean's office, I turned around. The only asshole standing up there was me. Everybody had dropped off along the way. You know, I didn't back down. I went on and let the man know what we were protesting. And what I learned then was that I gave his respect. And he went and addressed the problem. Because, you know, the problem was about food. Back in the old days in black college, you didn't eat too well. You know, nowadays, I went down to Bama State and hell, the kids eat all they want. But when I was in school, you had to be there early if you wanted to get seconds. Because as soon as the last one went through, they pulled the food off the line. You know, so things, I've been dealing with these castles of black folks for quite a while.
Man,
so don't let that deter you. Whatever you got in mind, you go ahead and do it. Get the people you need, and forget about the rest of them.
Okay. I appreciate that, Patrick. Thank you for your call. You know, I was thinking, like, this one of them things, you know how I always be like, Negroes be tough? Like, and I don't even mean this as a diss, but I feel like G Herbo, Lil Durk, and all of them, like to me, ride down on Kankakee, not even on violence, just like, yo.
Okay, so I looked up the demographics just to kind of give y'all some context as to the city of Kankakee and Kankakee High School versus Kankakee County. So from last year's stats, there's about 1,400 students that attend Kankakee High School. The racial breakdown, I'll give y'all the high numbers: 643 black, 461 Hispanic, and 326 white. Okay.
Wait, say that again.
So it's 643 black, 461 Hispanic, and 321 white. So the largest population of students is currently black students, second to Hispanic students. That is Kankakee High School. The next couple streets over, the next high school is called Bradley Bourbonnais.
Hey.
They have about 1,900 students. 202 of them are black, and 1,013 of them are white. So I just want to put this into context as to what Kankakee High School means in the larger context of Kankakee County. So I'm not jumping to conclusion. I just want y'all to just have a little bit of context as to how big of an issue this is, that this teacher said this at this primarily black school.
That he is comfortable saying it too. That's because they can get that they can do what they want to us. Like they can. I'm telling you, this goes back to my whole, every time we let these people take a whack at us, then you got people like, man, I'm not stepping out there again. So now your men done back down, now they at your kids. Now they at your kids. Because the second you say something, somebody black gonna be the first one to tell. He probably was a problem child. Where's mama at? Can I tell you? What it means to be a black man and feel powerless? And it's a feeling that you never want your young men to ever feel, especially so early. I think a big part of who I am today is because I didn't ever have to worry about being out there by myself. I didn't have to worry about, even regardless, I knew that my daddy was going to have my back. If I didn't have that, then I knew my Uncle Amos and my Uncle Ernest and my Uncle Monroe and my Uncle Claiborne and my cousins would come and get my back. But I was not out there by myself. Y'all, I really wasn't even going to talk that much about this. Really, I wasn't. I really was going to give Ruthie a little business and say, we stuck. You know, y'all, you be talking about Kankakee, but y'all know. But realistically, think about what you just heard a teacher. This is who we are telling our children to trust, and we leave them with them and put them in their hands. Now, what if there was no video and he like, y'all all some dumb niggas every day? And they just take it and they start to believe it. Then when your grades is up on the board, you can't even believe that 98 is bigger than 95 because you realize you a Dan. And we start out this show talking about Dans. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Carly, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got?
Good morning, Maze.
Byron, what's up, man?
Here.
How you feeling, man?
Back in town, brother. Back in town.
You didn't bring? Did you bring somebody back? You didn't bring something back with you, did you? Because you were down in that.
I brought back.
Go ahead.
Brought back some apple crust nut bread. It is the bomb down there. I think I gained a few pounds while I was done. I supposed to lose weight. It's so damn good. It's ridiculous. See, different foods require different stuff. It's all natural stuff down there, and it just tastes so damn good. But anyway, back on your issue, good man. Ruthie is there, so I can't say what I really want to say. But I will say this. Okay, I will say this. Where is Stratton at? Where are black legislation at? Where are latte white liberals from the north side at? Right? Because this issue, we can't have those folks down there marching and carrying on. It's not going to get it. We need people who really care about us. The Stratton people. She's a black lieutenant governor, right? She's black. I need her to go and tell her boss to let's do something about this, right? And bring in the state reps that are black. Even the white ones that want to come and help us out. Because the election's coming up, right? Election's coming up. Would that be a good signal for black folks to say, hey, we're doing something for you? But where are they? Where they at? Where the people at that love us? Claim to love us. Where the people at? Where's Big Devin at? And Tommy Duckworth that we can go to the poll, get them come to our community, and we can vote 95% or more for them. Get up. Come on, babe. My two issues are education and jobs. As I came up from the airport, they were doing construction on 294. I was looking for a black person, could not find one. I said, all these jobs here are $50 an hour or more. Even just have a black lady holding a sign, didn't have none. Okay? School is for education, right? And the way I think about it is we go there to get an education. And the kids should go there to get education. The parents should go and support the kids, but we have representatives that to support the parents and the kids, and where are they at? See, I'm not even going next to Ruthie today. You see what I'm saying? I'm keeping it on a higher level. Because we got some big fishes to fry, and we got to be careful how we use our limited resources that we have left. Okay? We have to be careful. That's why we need people to help us out, like Stratton. I think she's still black, isn't she?
She is, man. First black lieutenant governor. She is the first black lieutenant governor in the state. Yes. I do feel like this. I do feel like, Byron, I'm with you on, and I'm being facetious, but I really do feel like this shouldn't be a thing that we have to, like, I think there should be the black men in Kankakee. I don't think that anybody I think Governor Pritzker Juliana Stratton should mobilize, and their political team should mobilize the black men and have a press conference with black men standing behind them, standing there. Now, I am in agreement with Junior Lee, and Riis should be calling up your boy them, and they should be down there with a group of black men standing there, and Darren Bailey should be saying, J.B. Pritzker doesn't care about you because I'm here, and I don't think that anybody should be banned from education, which is why I'm standing with these black men and their families who want to make sure that everybody in this great state gets an education. See, I want to take the values out. I want to take the cultural issues out. See, that's the type of cultural issues I want to take out of schools.
Maze, the boy has been in the Senate 2 years, in the House 2 years. He's a Republican. He can't do not jack squat as a Republican down there in the House. You know it. I know it. He can't do, and his boys, his other 29 other boys can't do jack squat. Everything's run by Democrats down there, okay? We cannot continue to blame him. He's a farmer. Have you been on a farm?
Oh, Lord!
On the farm.
The commercials are working on Byron. No, but here's what I'm saying, Byron. So here's my, no. We know he can't. But here's my thing. Like, to me, this is where, again, if you're a political operative, you exploit the moment. So Darren Bailey should go down there. We know he can't do nothing. But then the person who can do something has to then be forced to answer, right? So imagine Darren Bailey showing up in Kankakee with all the black team that he was there. Look, here I go with free game again. Now y'all show up and y'all have.
The media will not carry it.
Oh yeah, they would. Oh yes, they would. Yeah, oh, downstate media would. Yes. Oh yeah. Because they wanted. Here's the thing. You know, I'm an instigator, right? So I would just instigate it. So now, if you think about it, so Darren Bailey, he got this whole black crew, right? He could call up the King. He could call up Riis. All of them show up, roll out. We are here not to be against anybody, but to support this young black man who's trying to get education to be better.
Okay.
As a Republican, I really don't have the power to do much but stand in solidarity with him and say to my friends and supporters, we want to see everybody get legislation. Bam.
Okay.
JB. Darren Bailey was down in Kankakee today. What do you say about stopping racism? Well, we think people of color shouldn't have racism in the whole place, and that's why we have to stop hate in the state of Illinois. But JB, what are you doing? Are we going to deal with the funding? What are we doing right? Are you going to send state troopers? Have you going to have a full investigation of the school? All right, what are you going to do? Because how do we know this isn't systemic? See, but this is where we would have a problem, because the black people would be like, again, I don't care either one, but they need to be competing. See, that's my thing. Byron, I'm gonna let you give us the closing.
The media is on the Democrat side. I'm just saying, it's like the mayor keeps telling us crime is okay in the city of Chicago. We know crime is not okay in the city of Chicago, but we don't say nothing about it. Do you see black folks protesting about crime in the city of Chicago? It's the people whose families just lost their loved ones. I see the pain in those people's faces all the damn time. I'm sick of it. I want those people, I was something else, off the street. I want Kim Foxx to take him off the street, lock their asses up. She refused to do it. I know you're a Kim Foxx fan. I know you can support her regardless. How many niggas she would keep letting out with bracelets on and trackers on and killing other people and sticking people up. I want people off the street, but they got us lured into this thing. We can't respond because we're helpless. We're through. And my brother speaks Spanish. If you want to know what Spanish people think about black folks, have them translate that stuff that he hears all the time about black. And he speaks Spanish. They don't know that he speaks Spanish. They call all sorts of names.
Mayete.
I'm just telling you, where after the Hispanics coming and take over the city of Chicago, you Negroes are going to have some serious problems. I'm telling you, they don't even like Negroes. I'm just telling you, and they're with it. They're talking all the time. So anyway, I'm just leaving it alone, but I'm just saying, but I want Stratton somebody on a higher level to approach this problem, lead the parents because they have to live down there and the kids to go and take care of the business and let somebody else come and help them out. All I'm saying is give them the help on the higher level. And Strata loves black folks. Let her show it. Because she haven't shown me anything yet for the 4 years she's been in office. And may God bless America, brother. Welcome back.
Thank you. Let me tell you what I was just thinking. I'll take the next call in a minute. But I was thinking, like, both of these white, heavyset white men have 2 black women as their lieutenant governors. And they're going to have a contest to ignore it. Both of them should be put to the test. Darren Bailey at the, like, this is one of those Stephanie Trussell, okay, you know, are you black for real moments? You know how this was education. This was in school. This don't got to be cultural politics. Nigga is a bad word. Nigger is a bad word when used by white people against a child. So let's put everybody in the crunch. Where's Stephanie Trussell? Black woman growing up trying to get an education in America. What place is it for racism in the schools? Or you can't say that because then you, right? And then my thing is and to me, that's the least that J.B. Pritzker and Darren Bailey could do is send their lieutenant governors. But if they are serious about racism and stopping hate in the state, both of them, then both of them should show up in Kankakee. Kankakee is the heart of the state. Right? Like, there's not. Or will somebody get in trouble for standing up for a black man? Really? See why I'm quitting y'all? Y'all let them take wax at kids, so I know what y'all gonna let them do to me. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller?
Morning. Good morning, Maze.
Good. Oh, what's up, EK?
Good morning to the show.
What up, man?
Yes, it is I. It is I. So look, didn't Dan Bailey say at the debate, JB treat black people right? This is his chance. He needs to be tearing he needs to tear himself down there. And one JB trying to throw shots at him, running commercials talking about their races at his school, they need to be fighting for them votes down. It only makes sense. So besides the candidates, the Black Caucus, I don't know what they do besides throw nice parties. They need to be showing up down there. The State Board of Education needs to step in on them. Once they finish the investigation, this man needs to lose his teaching license. And whatever organization is down there, all religious organizations, they need to be pushing it. Whether you, if you're a black church, a black mosque, black synagogue,
if you're a black mob,
they need to be showing up for that. All that. Man, I can't believe that no one's really talking about this. This is the first that I heard this on this. Hearing you talk, you pushing it. Or any other news station, it seems like it's quiet. So
well, they don't. Because here goes the thing.
Thank you for sharing it.
No problem. It's like usually, I try to keep the black folks aware. But I think these are the stories. These are opportunities when everybody has an opportunity to demonstrate where they are. This ain't cannabis. This don't take no legislation. This takes a scheduler. Takes a scheduler and some concern. It does. Y'all mean to tell me y'all got private jets, y'all got entertainers, y'all can get anywhere in the state, you got security, you got escorts, and ain't nobody talking about. Maybe if it would have happened then. It only depends. So you can only hate certain groups, right? Mm-hmm. Right? It's only certain groups that can be hated
without consequence.
Without consequence. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. When we come back, I'm gonna tell you why. If we can't, I could tell you why we shouldn't expect too much from J.B. Pritzker and Darren Bailey, because we can't expect that much from I used to say more lesbian than black, but she's been claiming women. So I'm gonna say, Mayor Lightfoot, once again, has proved she's not on our team. I almost want to do a side-by-side comparison when we come back. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the mayor defending The Proud Boys. You heard that right. The mayor, the city of Chicago, who once tried to get a police officer fired for giving a protester the finger, says that we're overreacting about her protection of the Proud Boys. It's the Mace Jackson Show. So I guess we should be happy that they ain't promoting the Proud Boys, right? Well, I guess if we can't get the black woman to say nothing. See, now,
man, you know we got an officer shortage.
What you mean we got an officer shortage? So
we got a shortage.
So we gonna stock up with the Proud Boys?
Do you know how many CPD officers? It's not just one.
Are you suggesting that there are more than one?
Let me find an article for you.
All right,
I know we talked about this before.
We did. It's the Mace Jackson Show. You know me though. I want to make you say it again, because I said it once, so maybe they'll listen to you say it. It's the Mace Jackson.
Or maybe y'all listen to Ari Emanuel. This is a moment in history where the stakes are high, and being open about our values and living them is essential. Silence and inaction are not an option.
It's the Mace Jackson Show, and you could tell them Ruthie said we'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mace Jackson.
Tune in to the Mace Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mace said. We out of here. Peace.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. 'Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. 'Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own wanna know. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good?
The Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson. The most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. That's why I'm gonna be through fooling with y'all, cause y'all be doing us. Black people do us in before we could do ourselves, before the white people. Like, white people be like, just dig the hole, they'll jump in. Dig the hole, they will jump in. Reese, we got anybody else on the live line? Callers, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. I do want to talk about this Kankakee thing, and then we're gonna jump to a new subject. But caller, I would love to hear from you. What you got for me today? Hey, caller, how are you?
Hey, shalom, how are you?
What up, Kane?
Thought I heard my name mentioned, so I decided to call in, and I heard.
Oh Lord, I gotta stop saying people's names, cause then they be like, "I got to call in." You saw the senator got mad at me. I was trying to show the man a layup. Next thing he mad at me, and I was just trying to show everybody love. What's up, Kang Israel? How you feeling on this Friday?
Good day. Y'all woke me up. I can't complain. I just gotta make this place a better place than I found it, my brother and sister.
Okay.
So I heard Ruthie too. She didn't say my name, but she said the stakes are high. Could I get a clip of that? If I can send it to these people. That's when you mentioned my name, although they blackballing me, whiteballing me right over there. I'm not, for the record, I'm not Democrat or Republican. You can check the W2s, W9s, them people, they gave me 75 cents. Ronna, Trump, Bailey, none of them. And I want the king. The king, Yahweh got the king, so don't worry about that part. So I need that clip, so I can, like you said, a damn lieutenant governor, somebody need to go down there to Kankakee.
Yep.
And we can show, because I like that guy. He's a farmer. I like that guy. I trust him.
Right. Where's I like that guy? That's my, see, King.
Don't get me started. You're a professional.
be telling you, dog, King.
Man. You ain't know. I'm with you, brother. Trust me, I'm with you, man. Come on, send me that clip. I can know, because we can really like this guy. I trust him.
Don't make me pull up them Puerto Rico clips. I'll pull up them Puerto Rico clips.
I joke. I joke.
I know.
Hey, I don't know if I ever tell you, I joke, but I don't play.
I heard that. You got a bunch of good ones in there, though, King Israel. All right, man, I appreciate you calling us this morning.
Hey, send me that clip. I need the clip. I can be.
I send it to you after the show.
I need the clip of
the poor
what
black
happened,
boy.
though? Just tell me. What happened? The white boy in KT did something bogus?
Oh, you don't got the clip. Oh, I'll send you the clip. Ruthie will send you the clip. It's the clip of the white boy calling a
Don't
young.
text me back either.
Uh-oh.
You know, Bobby.
What?
You know,
I'ma
don't
text
get me
it to you,
started.
but
No,
don't text
right.
me back.
And don't he gonna next thing gonna add you to a group,
Don't
and then
add
you
me
gonna be
to no
getting
group.
300 group texts, and you gonna be like, who is these people that's texting me? And I'll be like, what is this?
Hey, well, ask DJ Riis. Hey, DJ Riis, ask DJ Riis, can I add him to it? Then I'm gonna ask him, Mr. DJ Riis, you want to be part of this?
Hey, you can add me too.
What'd he say?
Hey, y'all don't even know, man. We be in there with
Okay,
governors, mayors.
That's exactly why I don't be saying that. I'll be like, look, one day I looked up, I was about to say, and Mayor Lightfoot, and then I seen his Samir Mayakar in there. I'm like, oh, you got me talking to the ops. Bob got us in an ops conversation.
He got us in that.
King, that's when he turned to Bob, when he put us in the ops commercials, in the ops checks.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to say. I hope y'all listen to Kanye for 3 hours. I'm gonna sit back and watch popcorn. I tried to warn y'all, brothers from Houston, trying.
Jake, that's that brother Jake down from Houston. I always put it down. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It's the top of, well, it's midway through the hour. We only got about 40 minutes to go. But Ruthie, did you hear? Tell me a little bit about the story of the Chicago police officer that was accused. That was suspended, right, for being a member of the Proud Boys. Talk to me a little bit about that real quick.
Well, according to news sources, so the news now basically is different from the news articles that were reported like months or a year ago.
Okay.
So an article that was about a year ago, the headline from June 10, 2021 says, Proud Boys link cop suspended from Chicago police and is under investigation for sexual abuse. So I said, what? I ain't hear that part. So I just kind of read through the article, and it talks about how before he was a Chicago police officer, that, you know, he had some allegations. So I kept going down, kept scrolling further to see, okay, so what did he say? So basically in these group chat, it was one called FUCK Antifa, right? You know how people get like the chats, right? It was
like the King be dropping us in.
So it was a Telegraph channel. It was called FUCK Antifa. So in those chats, in the chat logs, it says that he spoke harshly of a rainbow-colored police emblem that the department posted on social media to celebrate the LGBTQ community.
I know some other people that protest that was bothered by that, but go ahead.
Right, okay, so I said, okay, so that's a different spin on this than I'm seeing currently. Because currently the news says Mayor Lightfoot retains police officer, right, that was connected to the Proud Boys. So I said, well, what did this man do? So an article from January 14th, 2022 from Block Club Chicago is titled, Was Chicago Cop with Ties to Proud Boys White Nationalism Ever Punished? 2 years later, City Won't Say. So this cop actually helped organize Proud Boy meetups in Lincoln Square and bragged about his access to high police. So I said, okay, so he wasn't just talking, he actually organized a meetup. And in the picture from Block Club Chicago, they got him with his Masonic emblem on. And mind you, this article is from January 2022. So within these different investigations and things that took place, the outcome is that he still got a job. So people are outraged. I personally feel like we are short police officers, and the mayor knows we are short police officers. So she can't afford to ruffle no police officers' feathers because there are other police officers that are affiliated with the Proud Boys. So if she knock him off, it's not going to bode well for her being protected in the city that she's the mayor of, as well as for her reelection. So I think it's all political.
So, wait. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Proud Boys because I thought it was important for us to know exactly who the Proud Boys are because we hear about them all the time. So I went to the ADL website and they say that the ideology is the Proud Boys are a right-wing extremist group with a violent agenda. They are primarily misogynistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and anti-immigration. Some members espouse white supremacist and anti-Semitic ideologies and or engage with white supremacist groups. There are 119 active Proud Boy chapters across 46 states recognized by the National Proud Boys organization. Notable characteristics: members frequently wear black and yellow Fred Perry polo shirts, other black and yellow clothing, and tactical vests. Their global footprint: the Proud Boys have international chapters in Canada, Britain, Ireland, Germany, Norway, Sweden, Australia, and the Philippines. The membership is controlled by local chapter leadership and subject to initiation rituals. Did we see a truck driving through the black neighborhood with 300 spent shells that nobody knew nothing about? Tactics: public rallies and protests. Members have been known to engage in violent tactics. Several members have been convicted of violent crimes. Recent activity: Proud Boy members account for one of the highest number of extremist arrests. Let me play their video, produced by the ADL. So let me give you this. While the group can be described as violent, nationalistic, and anti-Semitic, its members represent a range of ethnic backgrounds, and its leaders vehemently oppose any Islam. Founder Gavin McInnes described its members as Western chauvinists who refuse to apologize for creating a haven, and who long for the days when girls were girls and men were men. Let me pause this. It says, in reality, the Proud Boys bear many hallmarks of a gang, and its members have taken part in multiple acts of brutal violence and intimidation. Proud Boys espouse violently anti-Muslim views, are vocally pro-Trump, and known for their deliberate provocations. While Proud Boys insist that they only act in self-defense, several members of the group were convicted of attempted gang assault, attempted assault, and rioting. Indeed, many members have criminal records for violent behavior and organizational pursues violence against their perceived enemies. Learn more at the ADL Proud Boys. That video was provided by the Anti-Defamation League, which is part of a network that stomps out anti-people.
And then you know how you talk about how they're organized like locally?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they kind of got him, because this was the local chapter. It was, remember I told you I was called FUCK Antifa, but they changed the name to the Defense Squad.
Defense from who? So then to Ruth. So wait, does that sound like the guy who just called him like that? Seems like that kid that we just saw could have fit right into that group. The one that was. Can Proud Boys be teachers, school teachers? Can they be police officers? And are the Proud Boys real? Do you think it's possible that there could be Proud Boys in Chicago?
I just told you so the thing about Antifa is they gonna put the business out. So they literally got the names of the people. They have their photos. They have their booking photos that list their address. I can send this to you if you really want it, but it identifies the leaders of the Chicago Proud Boys, also known as the Defense Squad. They have names like Trigger Tom. So you already know what they about.
I was thinking about this story makes me think of, and I'm gonna show a picture. Let me see if I can go back and get a better one. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one for you. Before you say what can't happen in Chicago, and this is years before, I want to remind you of this picture. Do you remember this picture? It's going to be on your screen very shortly, of the 2 Chicago police officers that took the young black boy, put deer antlers on his head and posed with him like a dead animal. There it is right there. Can you remember it? So did he deny he was a member?
I think he did.
He denied, but they have evidence of him being there, right?
They got the. I'm looking at the screenshots of him organizing the meetup.
Okay. So with that in mind, I want to play Mayor Lightfoot when she discussed this guy. Ready? Riis, you got me on my computer. Here is your mayor who takes offense to me, and I want to play this video.
You've committed to restoring trust between the Chicago Police Department and Chicagoans. How can Chicagoans trust the police to keep them safe if the department does not fire an officer who has lied to investigators about their ties to the Proud Boys, an anti-Semitic, anti-gay, far-right group whose leaders have been charged with sedition in connection with the January 6th insurrection?
Thanks for killing the boss, Heather.
Yep, that's my job. That's honestly what they pay me for.
Well, I think you overstated. Obviously, that case was thoroughly investigated, I think not once but twice. That officer was given a lengthy period of suspension. I don't get into the details of that, but I think it's about accountability. And I think the police department took the steps that the evidence that was gathered through the course of the 2 investigations warranted.
So,
you've committed to restore.
Riis, now I need you to play my other one.
And I watched that video.
Restoring trust.
Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter was handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because the COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place. You got the wrong house. You got the wrong house.
We will and we must continue to say her name.
Come back to me over here. Did that sound familiar? Let me just. The mayor has a reflexive instinct to protect white people from black victims.
No, it's to protect her own interests.
Obviously, that case was thoroughly investigated, I think not once but twice. That officer was given a lengthy period of suspension. I don't get into the details of that, but I think it's about accountability. And I think the police department took the steps that the evidence that was gathered through the course of the 2 investigations warranted.
Sound familiar?
Sounds so similar.
Look, I know that judge. Look, that police officer.
She used the word thoroughly investigated again.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, she has so let's back up. The mayor made a career of defending white people from black victims when she was in her private life. We always think of her as a prosecutor, but the mayor was one of the people that when white people needed to break down a black person, for discrimination, they went and got. And so I don't know. This goes back to that, like when you talk about the black woman, right? How can you hear Anjanette Young and be like, she's that woman? How could you have, look, I've seen that video. That woman. How can you know that someone is a Proud Boy and be prepared to summarily dismiss it, regardless of the problems that you have with the police? But I think you bring up the real point, which is she can't afford, crime is her number one issue, and she is willing to sacrifice you Negroes
and
the
LGBTQ
community. And my question is, will she get a letter? No. No, okay, wait. No. Y'all gonna stop messing with me like I'm crazy. No. The mayor is defending an anti-Semitic organization, an anti-LGBT organization. He's a Proud Boy. Are we clear? You looking at the video, right?
And I'm looking at the group chat, and they
To restoring trust between the Chicago Police Department and Chicagoans. How can Chicagoans trust the police?
And just be clear, it ain't Chicagoans that don't trust the police. It's black Chicagoans who don't trust the police.
They got a meme of Anne Frank in this chat. I'm looking at the logs.
Who's writing the letter? Because we know ain't no black people gonna write a letter. Because y'all let them go run up on your shorties.
Keep them safe if the department does not fire an officer who has lied to investigators about their ties to the Proud Boys, an anti-Semitic, anti-gay, far-right group whose leaders have been charged with sedition in connection with January 6th.
Ain't she running against Trump? Ain't Trump on the ballot? Wasn't January 6th an insurrection?
We got an officer shortage. You got to take what you can get.
No!
You got to take what you can get.
So we take treasonists?
You got to take what you can get. We got an officer shortage.
Thanks for killing the boss, Heather.
Yep, that's my job. That's honestly what they pay me for.
Well, I think you overstated. Obviously, that case was thoroughly investigated, I think not once but twice. That officer was given a lengthy period of suspension. I don't get into the details of that, but I think it's about accountability. And I think the police department took the steps that the evidence that was gathered through the course of the two investigations warranted.
And from
put our gloves on.
I will bring down the mics.
There are no questions. I'm the boss, Heather.
Yep, that's my job. That's honestly what they pay me for.
Well, I think you overstated. Obviously, that case was thoroughly investigated, I think not once but twice. That officer was given a lengthy period of suspension. I don't get into the details of that, but I think it's about accountability. And I think the police department took the steps that the evidence that was gathered through the course of the two investigations warranted.
And from Marianne Ahern, she asks, there have been multiple reports that you've been having trouble getting enough petition signatures to get on the ballot for mayor. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay.
Let's do that one more time.
Investigations warranted.
And from Marianne Ahern, she asks, there have been multiple reports that you've been having trouble getting enough petition signatures to get on the ballot for mayor. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay.
No. Daily Line.
Hello.
That was uncomfortable.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Hello. So the Ethics Committee is still without a chair, and today Inspector General Deborah Witzberg said that not having a chair kind of hinders the ability to,
Let me back up. I'm not going to get on that because she was stumbling on through that one too. Ruthie, what does it mean to black people if the mayor refuses to fire a Proud Boy? Nothing, really.
It means we have a police officer shortage. There are more police officers that are likely members of the Proud Boys or strongly support the messaging of the Proud Boys. If you fire this Proud Boy, what does that mean for all of the other Proud Boys that are already members of the CPD?
What are you talking about? There are no Proud Boy members. The CPD doesn't have racism. What are you talking about? I'm going to just make sure that we keep this picture up because I think it's important. Let me flip it. When we have a chance to fight corruption, when we have a chance to take out, you know what? Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Does the mayor like black people for real?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Maze, how are you?
All right, who there?
This is Miko.
What up, Miko? How you feeling, girl?
I'm fine. How are you?
You worldwide. I seen your pretty picture on whatchamajiggle. I seen you popping. I seen you popping with your Mary. What's going on, sis?
Don't start that. You gave the definition of a Proud Boy, but you said they were all different. They come from all different races, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So they're not all white. That means that, right?
Well, I haven't seen any black ones, but go ahead.
Okay, because I'm kind of confused about all these different groups these days because they all seem, and most of them, let's be very clear, they're anti-our black. Okay? So, let's be very clear. Most of them seem like they're anti-our black. And I'm calling because it was very pretty much interesting that you brought this up because I went to a meeting. It was called Conversation with the Commander in the 11th District. And it was very informative. I don't know what made me go to this meeting, but some just told me, Tamiko, get up and go to this meeting. Because I wanted to pretty much talk with the commander. And, you know, I thought it was going to be more civilians in the room, but it wasn't. It was more officers, and it was somebody from Kim Spock's office there. But I learned something that day. We have a problem, sweetheart. You're talking about the Proud Boys, right? Mm-hmm. No, we have a problem. It was a very interesting meeting because I had a conversation about kind of like a back and forth with a Hispanic officer that comes from, let it be known that he comes from a third world country, right? And basically, I'm paraphrasing, he basically let me know that our trauma is nothing. That we speak of is nothing compared to, you know, their trauma. And this is on the police force, okay? So we got something that we need to talk about. We got something, real conversations that we need to have. And we need to start talking about openly with the Hispanic population because that mentality is on the police force. And we need to start talking about it openly and start having open forums about it and get it on the table. Because if it's on the police force, that means it's in these city departments and in these different agencies that's pretty much handling our people. You understand me?
I'm 100. Man, I've been saying that for 20. I mean, that's the whole premise, fam. Like,
no, it's time to start moving on it.
Okay.
It's enough of us that's intelligent enough to start dealing with it. That's not scared. It's a difference. We're not scared. And we understand how to be diplomatic and compromise. But we understand that, hey, you feel the way you feel, we feel the way we feel, but we're about the business of our people and let's handle it.
I would agree
you
with
can stay on your side of the fence. We stay on our side of the fence. But when it comes to our people, we're going to be handled properly. And we're not accepting nothing else.
I'm with that.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I think you've got a point. I think when we talk about this, and thank you, Tamiko, for your call. I think one of the things that I would say that this has been a recurring topic for us, right? So let me back up. We are clear that the influx of people coming into the police department are Latino. Do we agree with that? I think I've talked about this on numerous occasions. I also believe that every time we've seen an incident on video of police abuse of black folks, there's usually Latino involvement in it. The challenge for, I think we even went into this when we talked about them unleashing the street gangs on our neighborhoods. what I think I'm highlighting here is the fact that no matter who it is, when they're against black people, the mayor finds a way to side with them. When it was the street gangs on the streets during the thing, and Ray Lopez, what she say? You full us. When it was Anjanette Young, it was, look, I know that judge. When it was this last incident, there has never been a time when the mayor's had an opportunity to side with black folks, and she has. When it's a controversial decision, it's y'all. Y'all go home. Move along. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hi.
Hey, caller.
This is Katie. How are you?
Hey, Katie from President of the Phone Club. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. I've been trying to keep up with what's going on. And this might be a little bit off the topic, but it still ties in as to what's going on in the United States and in the world too, pertaining to black folks. Okay, my friend and I, my neighbor Pam, we went to the off of Harlem, about 130 Harlem, and because we had some old gold that we wanted to trade in, and I think these people that own the shop, they own a lot of shops in Chicago. They were the Indian nationality. So we had we traded in our gold, and we had come from another spot where these white folks had their program where they wanted to trade in gold. But when we went to the Indian shop and we traded in our gold, they gave us the most money for the gold. Had no problem at all. They put that cash in front of our face. So, and then over here where I stay at in the Wrightwood, Ashburn area on 83rd, the Polish people sold their gas station. They've been there like forever. Maybe since Mom moved over here in 88. They sold their place to some Indian people, their gas station. So what I'm tying it in is that it's all of what's going on with the economy, what's going on with the money, and how do how does that tie black people in, and how we are doing in the United States and in the city of Chicago. It's all about the economy to me. The economy for black people is horrible. I mean, we are just slipping down. Anytime we can go in, I can't go. I do not even know where I could go to a black business and present our old gold and get money flashed in our face. I don't even know any black gas stations that's opening. So, and then with the mayor, just like you said, I won't be voting for her because black people in Chicago and the United States, I mean, we have to do better. So that's my comment.
Thank you, Katie from Ashburn. We appreciate you, y'all. Juan is trying to defend the Proud Boys. Let me just say this. I don't know the Proud Boys. I don't. What I know is the mayor, when given an opportunity, every opportunity given to support black people or appear to support black people. Now, people are trying to infer that the Proud Boys are open and a welcoming group. And, there's always, it's just like Riis is a maniac Latin disciple, right? It's like, somebody always, it's always a black, it's a black skinhead. It's black skinheads that don't like black people.
Do you know what the Oath Keepers are?
Yep.
So, I remember reading this article. It took me a minute to be able to find it. This is from NPR WBEZ Chicago from 2021.
Yep.
And it said that the Chicago Police Department had the most Oath Keepers at 13 when they cross-referenced the CPD roster with the hacked Oath Keepers roster. So I don't know the difference between the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys.
I do. I mean, well, I feel like the Oath Keepers are former law enforcement military, right? Like or current, right? Which is really the issue. I think the Proud Boys is more, you can be military and all that, but you could also just be a rowdy. Like, man, I didn't see anything that said that they were anti-black.
What?
In the Proud Boys. But I don't know that anything showed me that they were pro us. And let me just say this, I guess my question is, how does this help the mayor supporting this cop? Oh, but the cops ain't gonna support her no way.
But at least they ain't gonna try to take her out.
They already taking her out.
Yeah, but she
can't have,
we have a police problem. Like a shortage of people that want to be the police. Police feel like they are not supported. So you cannot have the mayor right now dissing the anti-Semitic, anti-LGBTQ Proud Boy. She can't do it right now. She can't afford to do it because anything, she don't want to be anti-police. And the crazy part is y'all see who ain't said nothing about this, because remember we talked about how sometimes it's best just to be quiet. Y'all ain't heard the head of the police union say nothing. Nothing. So let that be a lesson.
What would be so funny is if he came out and said, we disavow any racism. We do not believe in anti-Semitism. We do not believe in anything. Dad, your mayor is allowing this? Like, you got to go to dude and be like, hey, man, take this L so we could just bear it. Just think, the mayor and John Catanzara agree on the Proud Boys. Maze Jackson Show. Look, I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Ruler. All right, it's time for Tell Me Something Good Friday. Riis, I think you got some wow in there. So let's get a little Tell Me Something Good. Juan, you spend a lot of time defending the Proud Boys, man. Good Lord. Did you defend the Panthers like that? So can we be the Proud? I'm not even get started with y'all, because Juan,
you can be black, you can be Latino if you want to join the Proud Boys.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm Afro-Latino or something. You gotta be full-bred black. You know, I'm kind of pure-bred black.
Okay, so yes, according to Wikipedia, the rebranding effort intensified following the white supremacists Unite the White rally. Remember the one where they was like, would not replace, remember that one?
Yeah, Charlottesville.
So it says, this guy named Enrique, he's Afro-Cuban. And he's the chairman. He's been the chairman since 2018. So that's how they diversified.
Afro-Cuban, but he don't like, you know how that go. How do Cubans feel about black people? Just saying. The Cubans got to stay. The Haitians had to go. That's the special.
But you know
blacks.
what? Wikipedia put him on blast on the Proud Boy Wikipedia page. And this is the sentence.
And just so you're clear, John Catanzara has a black girlfriend. So we're clear.
What? Okay, this is a sentence. Enrique Tarrio, an Afro-Cuban, Cuban-American, has been the chairman of the Proud Boys since late 2018. According to a former federal prosecutor and the transcripts of a 2014 federal court proceeding, Tarrio has previously served as an informant to both federal and local law enforcement. Now, why would they put that man on blast in this Proud Boy Wikipedia article?
Because they all are. Ruthie. You be the biggest people who be telling be the biggest gangsters. The police take care of your work. Of course. Hold on. We gonna give you one. 1 for 20. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I don't know what law they broke. Why are you a Proud Boy?
So he's talking about what law did the officer that's getting.
Yeah.
It was for using his police resources to go after people who they deemed to be Antifa. That's what they got him on, using his police resources, which is highly against the law.
Well, I ain't Antifa, and I don't know problems with nobody. So I'm gonna let that be. Let's get to Tell Me Something Good. It's been a long damn day. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Wow, wow. Tell me that you love me. Yeah, all right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis Thriller, plus Ruthie Moore. Besides, it's Friday. Nah. Tell me something good. Besides,
Tomorrow, Saturday.
We got work tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
We got a lot to do.
It's an event or something?
It's a long list, though. I got to tell you about it when we get up. Oh, see, I was trying to be like, I got to work. You know, if I say that to Sweet, he'd be like, I'm going to get the Monday off. I'd be like, dog, you ask me. You know how people, you be like, how much do I got to give? How much do, y'all going to take it all? You going to take it all? My kids ain't going to have nothing. It's okay. It's all right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm just playing. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So, Ruthie, you said tomorrow Saturday you going to see your daddy?
No. You just said we got stuff to do.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Well, I don't know yet. We got to plan. What we really got to do is get ready for this Halloween shindig with Danny Boy next Saturday.
The rapper Danny Boy?
He's not a rapper. He sang, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
On the Tupac song?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you got to go check out Old Danny Boy's restaurant.
Like, you've been talking about that restaurant.
Them damn jerk chicken egg rolls.
Where's it?
On Western, Roosevelt, and Ogden. It's called Old Danny Boy's. Where you can get you a Snoop Doggy dog. You can get you a Tupac burger. You can get you some Al Greens. They got all type of stuff. But I'm going to tell you, it's a little deceptive until you eat. And you be like, damn. And Danny Boy be back there cooking.
I ain't got no website yet.
Man, because you got to pay on Cash App too. I ain't tripping though. It worked. It was like, yeah. All right, so Ruthie, tell me what did you tell me good?
Wait.
We're gonna leave that right there.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna leave it right where it's at.
All right.
We're gonna leave that right where it's at. Because you
No
know
cash.
the best food.
No cash. Just no cash. It's cashless. Put it on Cash App. Zelle. PayPal.
Well, if it's good food and you said it's good, I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what? You know how you know it was good? Because I went back 2 days in a row.
Oh,
and I
try
bought
something different or the same thing.
I bought, instead of having 3 egg rolls, I bought 10. And then I bought the 10.
He make black people egg rolls.
Oh Lord.
The first time I had a black egg roll, I said, is this a Philly cheesesteak inside of a wonton wrapper?
And good in the mother. You should try.
Me off.
I make the best egg rolls.
It threw me off. And from then on, I said, black people know they chicken and broth.
Jerk chicken.
I said, wow.
Oh, I make an egg roll with everything. Now I make a Greek egg roll with feta cheese and chicken and spinach. It'd be good.
That sounds good.
They'll dip it in a little tzatziki sauce.
Ooh.
Tanil be trying to act like she came up with. Tanil be making like the skinny egg rolls.
You know, too much. She like maybe too much filling in there. Like
no. Because once you cook it and it melting in the heat, then it be.
What are the small? I do like the smaller ones.
The spring rolls.
I prefer those.
I don't. Them Korean.
Is it?
Something. They don't be. It'd be like getting a flour tortilla.
Yeah, like a nice thin crust.
No, the one.
Sometimes the egg roll crust be so thick.
No, they don't. It's hard to make a thick egg roll crust. It's just how the black people fry them.
Is that what it is?
You know, we got to fry everything hard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
chicken
like,
gotta be fried hard.
But no. But see, the thing is, you're supposed to cook it before you put it in. So then, it's really the egg roll is the grease is really just to crisp the egg roll, and then maybe melt the cheese that's inside.
This is a real question. Do you cut it because it be so hot in the middle? Because it's an art to eating a hot egg roll. Like, do you eat it with a knife and a fork, or do you just?
How do you eat an egg roll? Carrie probably would eat an egg roll with a knife and a fork.
They be so hot.
That's the whole point. Then you get the cheese and then you got drop something. Then you got to get the.
Why do we do that?
We know it's hot every time.
Why do we do that?
And cheese be stuck on your lip.
That's what I'm saying. Them egg rolls are dangerous.
Amen.
Black egg rolls are dangerous.
Yeah. I make black people egg rolls. I stuff them with everything. All right, y'all. Yeah, you let it sit for a few minutes.
Letting it sit.
Ruthie, you gotta let it. Do you eat your steak straight off? Oh, you probably don't even make steaks.
Man, you be liking your stuff bleeding, but I know you're supposed to let it rest. I get it.
Okay, you're supposed to let it rest. Put the butter on, let it soak in, do its thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, so that's Ruthie Moore. Did you tell us something good? What did you tell us good?
Yeah, it's the weekend. So hopefully y'all off work. If you ain't off, call off. And enjoy your weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather. So I think these some of the last weekends that we gonna get. That's really, really nice. So call off of work, y'all. Spend time with your people this weekend.
Call off, and then you gonna come back and it's gonna be somebody in your chair.
No, use your benefit days.
What benefit days?
Use your mental health day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What y'all in high school?
You get them there. It's mental health.
In high school.
I'll tell you about these workplace policies.
In high school. It's the Maze Jackson Show. DJ Riis the ruler on the ones and twos. Tell me something good.
You know what? This is a pretty dry weekend. My restaurant might open Monday. That's a good chance.
Okay.
But other than that, I think I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go to sleep. I've been driving all night, so I'm low key tired. I'm gonna take me a nap. And I'm gonna drive some more tonight, so I really ain't doing nothing. I'm just gonna chill.
I need my drivers to be well rested, so you get you some rest.
Right? Yeah. No.
You don't be eating. Do you take anybody fries out they pack?
No. So listen, they don't. I don't. First of all, I don't do food delivery no more. I just pick up straight
weed smoking Uber riders.
Have you ever not picked somebody up because you was like no, or you normally be cool with?
Let's just say a friend of mine one time had a big expensive airport ride that they was scheduled to be picked up. So this guy went to pick him up and waited 30 minutes for him, which is way past the limit. It is. So the guy,
when they come to pick me up for the airport, I got a 30-minute grace period.
You be in Uber, but you be in black, not red. That's what we talking about regular.
This is regular where you got 5 minutes to come downstairs.
The timer has started.
Well, he said that they didn't come downstairs, so he picked them up and went to the airport, and that was a nice little
I got you.
$60 ride. But,
I got it.
Yeah, but I pick everyone up.
Man, my Uber driver last go around when we went out, we scheduled. This punk was asleep. I called him. It said 8 minutes. 8 minutes away, 8 minutes away, 8 minutes away, 8 minutes away. I scheduled it the day before. This punk is asleep, talking about I'll be there in a minute. I'm like, fool, if we got to wait for you, we gonna miss our plane. Goodbye. Then he talking about, well, I can't cancel it. I said, well, you better drive to my house then and cancel. And I made him drive to my house and cancel because he was like, you can't cancel it. Oh yeah, you gonna cancel this mug. Cause I'm a torch yo. I'm gonna be on there like, man, he stole my money. I got robbed. He set me up. And I gotta tell you, I got in an Uber yesterday, and is it possible to say this without being offensive? So, if I get in an Uber SUV, is it fair to say that I do not want to know your ethnicity based on the smell that I get in the car?
Like food?
No. Like funk. You ever smell Afro funk? Nah, that was Afro funk that is in the car.
In an Uber? In the big one?
Yeah.
Black?
And I was like, dog, yes. It's Uber funk. So our dear friends from the land got Uber funk. And it sucks to be in a Lincoln Navigator and you got to ride with the window down. And then the dude got the audacity to tell you, can you let the window up? And I'd be like, can you air out first then? Can you try degree? Yesterday, I paid for an Uber ride, and I debated whether I should say, because I don't want the car again.
Exactly. At the end of the ride, you just give him 1 star, and you just.
Oh yeah, you could just give him a rating.
And if you get him a 1 or a 2 star, you no longer will receive that automobile.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you just give.
So
him
I don't be wanting to mess nobody up, but I be like, man, bro, like
It's all right. It's so many. The majority of people just push 5 stars anyway. So it no matter what, they're still out with like a 4.9 anyway. So
Reese got the
I just don't want
to figure it out.
I just don't. I got in dude's car and he was like, "Hello, Mr. Jackson." I was like, "Hello, where are the goats?"
And that's another thing. I got a question because I'm a driver. Do y'all like to be like spoken to? Because I feel like if you sit,
if your car is funky, no.
Like I'm just saying, like if I come to pick you up and I'm working, just get in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
like
saying you don't want to talk,
right? Like I don't want to be like, hey, how you doing? Everything good? With like, do I have to? Is that like a common and courtesy thing? You know, I say, good morning. That's really it, and just keep.
I gauge it, right? Like it depends on who it is. Like if I'm feeling good and I'm feeling, I'd be like, and you could tell by my how I respond to you. Like usually if you say and or mine, no, it tells you. You have an option of conversation or no.
Yeah, but
so mine
say
read
it. Like they get in the drive, and then like as I'm getting inside the car and whatnot, like it can just, you know what I'm saying, like if I'm doing a drive already, it'll say a pickup has been added, and it just sends me that, like unless it comes, like unless you put it like every time in that note, like I can't read your profile.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, but what you can is in the notes, put notes every time you do it, and then it'll say it to like I don't want to be spoken to or something like that.
Every time I push Uber, it's a list of questions. They be like, "How you want your temperature? What do you want? Do you want conversation? Do you?"
What kind of Uber app you got? My app don't.
He got the black.
No, it asked me a whole series of questions. It's like, do you want conversation? How do you want your temperature? Do you have luggage? What kind of music do you want? What radios? Do you have a radio station preference that you want? All of that. And you answer it all before you get in the car.
That's a lot.
Huh?
You get market. Yeah, that has to be like the plus or whatever. Because listen, you order mine. You get in the car. You listen to my radio. That's what it is.
Do you play cursing music?
No, I really not really too much cursing music. Like I really only play like R&B. Like you know how like R&B you got like little love songs cussing in it. You know what I'm saying? So it be stuff like that. Like I don't play no like drill or nothing. So, unless a customer asks for some rap, then But other than that, you listening to what I listen to today, boss.
Oh no, I get in the car. I be like, "Hey fam, turn it down." Like I'm on the phone. The reason I got this was so I could do my work while I'm driving. Like homie. I need you to turn the radio down. Now, I feel like that should be in any Uber. But I'm going to tell you, if I get in the black, like the whole reason I get in the black is so I could take care of my business, right? So, like, if I'm on the phone, fam, don't talk to me. Turn the radio down, right?
You think it's okay to talk on the phone in your Uber?
Right, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Half the conversation that I be hearing that, like I really don't want to hear you arguing with your boyfriend and you arguing with your I really don't.
Man, you're not supposed to hear nothing no way. You supposed to be minding your business and driving.
I mean, I'm you right here,
family. You fam. So I'm supposed to take a 30-minute drive and I can't use my phone to take care of my business.
So I'm supposed to drive you 30 minutes and I can't hear no music. You know what I'm saying?
That's where y'all confused.
I can't hear none of that.
So
that's where you confused, right? You're in a service industry,
and that's why it's a plus, and that's why I'm trying to say for like a plus, I can see it,
and that's why I would tip, and I'd be like, no tip
for a regular one. Oh,
no tip.
That's interesting.
That's 90% of the people that don't tip. So that
wow.
Yeah, 90%.
Y'all, it's a race to the bottom, man. It's like to me that this is all a race to the bottom. You know what I love about when I get in them blacks is you don't got to tell them to put water in the car, right? They recognize like it's water, it's mints, it's whatever. And then I'm always like that. I really don't mess with it usually, but they recognize that they're in a service industry.
No, they recognize that you're paying more. and
Right,
you
it's
get
a
extra
different
stuff for the
service.
extra
Exactly,
money that you
yeah,
pay.
pay for it.
Regular. That's why I was just curious. That's why I just asked.
I
said,
wish I would be
you
in an
talk on
Uber
the
and
phone?
somebody tell me to be. But I got to be quiet in your.
I'm not gonna say be quiet, but it's just like you got a ride, like you hop in the car.
I'm paying for this. This is a service I'm paying for.
But it's like to me, it's like a common courtesy. I think that's
yeah, like exactly.
Hold on. I see y'all walking in businesses and offices. Y'all be in here, no headphones, listening to all type of stuff. Y'all will be on your phone. You will be having a whatchamajigam. And if you gonna do it in the office, I certainly could do it in the car.
Correct. So now you can hop. Like I have no issue with you hopping on your phone in the car, but you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna play my music stuff. If I was driving a black Decathlon, so that's looked at as different, you know, as like a different view.
Do your best,
like
man.
that.
That's interesting.
I just think I think that.
I think there are levels to service.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
No,
right?
you pay more and you. What are you talking about?
This is the service that you're paying for. If you that's the reason why
you
it has.
Talk on your phone.
You know, I just like you saying I bought a Bulls ticket, but I feel like I bought a Bulls ticket. I should sit anywhere. No, you bought a $300 seat Bulls ticket. You're gonna sit in the $300 level. Or if you want to get a combination, like you get a suite. You get certain things in that suite, courtside. Certain things come with it. You know, that's why it's options. I could see if it was just one set Uber, like that would make sense. But because it's different, it's economy.
They tier it that way.
It's tiered that way.
So should I get a clean car because I took the?
You should always get a clean car.
But I bet you if you pay more, your car gonna look a lot cleaner.
It's gonna look a lot better.
Uber Black.
Uber Black.
Yeah, Uber XL's different expectations.
Exactly.
Lux.
And it said that in
we're
there
doomed.
Too.
Yeah, you know why we're doomed? Because of the way that capitalism tiers service.
Yeah, exactly.
Why shouldn't my money get the same stuff that yours pay for?
It does. I spend more. I use more of it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's not that there's a race to the bottom. It's really based on how capitalism puts in incentives for you to pay more for basic things.
I guess my thing is
a bottle of water should be standard. A phone charger should be standard.
I think that there is never anything that I participate in that I don't try to do my best at. Right? Like, I feel like that's the time when Maze couldn't.
I'm the best driver. So I don't really drive.
But no, you think you're the best driver.
I guess
you tell because 90. You just told me 90% of the people just push 5 stars anyway. But I'm not here to debate you on that because I'm not going to tell you about your driver or nothing like that. What I am going to say though is, and my motto has always been, whether it was McDonald's, Burger King, any job, and I've always, in my advice, always do the best that you can no matter what job it is. Because if you never know. When I was at Wall Street Deli with mustard on my shirt, people would be like, Maze, why are you always in here every morning at 5 o'clock like, good morning, welcome to Wall Street Deli? Because that's the lady that said, Dad, you should be a promotions person. Now, it didn't work the first time, but it got me into the universe. And it's like, you never know who you're talking to. I have gotten into an Uber X because it's going to take me too long to get an Uber Black. Now, there have been times when in a conversation, it's been beneficial to the person. I don't know, man. I just think that I try to do my best at anything. You're not going to get half-ass Maze ever. There's never, it's like either I'm in or I'm out. It's either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And if I do it, I'm going to try and, like, that's why at Obsidian, right, I'd be like, let me get that for you. Like, they be like, I get up and do it. No, man, you came to my place. Let me get up. And everybody else be looking like, man, I ain't got to get up and get that glass for you. I'm like, and so when they don't come back and you still want me to pay the salary, but they didn't get the service that they wanted, it's just a crazy loop that I just think we can't never get out of. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? It's crazy. Woo. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
What's good, family?
What up, Devo?
It's Friday, man. What's up, Ruthie? What's up, Riis? Hey, bro. Tegan got a new dog, so I'm a puppy grandfather.
Uh-oh.
And so
what kind of dog?
Huh?
What kind of dog?
It's a Shih Tzu. It's a Shih Tzu. It's like a little dog.
Oh, I know. It's a Shih Tzu.
Little dog.
Does she smile when she gets it? Play with it? Cause you know Tegan is tough.
Hey man, she like
a tough cookie.
She
Joe.
like Elmira, bro. Like that poor little dog, man. She be, man. Tegan hands so heavy, man. She just be mashing the dog only like 1.5 pounds, bro. She be mashing the brakes off that dog, man. Poor little baby Tupac. One word, that's his name, little baby Tupac. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Good news for the week. Wonderful meeting this week. We are soliciting community groups to come participate in the symposium. Family across the airways. If you have an undecided community group, please reach out. We will be trying to organize community groups to participate in a political symposium. I think it'll be no, I don't think it's going to be a dope event because when Whiptable BP1 puts on stuff, man, they really do a fantastic job of producing these political discussions. So that's my good news. See y'all on Saturday. And also, the Hawks won. The Bulls is bull season, so I know that y'all, excited about that.
Get ready.
And the Bears go to New England, so you know that's going to be a Bears win. So bear down, go Bears, bear, all that stuff. No, I ain't trolling y'all. And that's pretty much all I got, man. See y'all on Saturday. Oh, New Era is hosting. And please don't kill me if I get this wrong. On 79th or 75th Street.
75th, I think.
They're gonna 75th. They're gonna do their thing where we come out and we support black businesses. That's gonna be dope. So if y'all want to kick it with the family, Cash Mob, thank you. Cash Mob, y'all come through, spend some money. Man, you know, when we get together, we always kicking and cracking jokes, man. It's always good. So we gonna meet, spend some cash, crack some jokes, and fellowship with the family and support us because we all we got, man. Shout out to everybody. And that's all I got, bro. See y'all at the spot this weekend, man. Come through.
All right. Hey, that's right. We got a What's in it for the Black People BP1 meeting tomorrow. If you are a member of the organization, i.e. you've been to 3 meetings plus recorded, we'd like to see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We got a lot of stuff on the platter to talk about. Anybody else on the live line caller? Tell me something good. Riis, you told us nothing good. Well, you did tell us something good. You was going to chill this week. Ruthie, you said it's the weekend. My tell me something good is, man, I got to, yesterday me and my son went to go see Punch 9 for Harold Washington. And as disgusted as I was with the movie, I must tell you, y'all, it was disgusting at the end. Like, to know that all of that energy and bundled up came out to this, it hurt. It's like it was the beginning of us having the most black elected officials in the country and the least black power. But, and it, you know, it cooked my grits every time I saw Chewy Garcia and you know, and all of the white people that went on to be rich. Like, it's crazy to watch, look at it, and all the white people kept going, and it was like black people got traumatized. And it's like we froze in time. And it was amazing to watch it and to see the white people that was like, we straight. Like, they built their legacies off of Harold Washington's death, and we still in mourning. We're still in mourning. It cooked my grits to see David Orr up there, who I thought at one, you know, all these people who we thought were allies, who really went on to emasculate and destroy black power by utilizing the Lakeshore Liberal Coalition that Harold Washington did. I wholeheartedly agree it was watered down. And I felt like I enjoyed it because my son did not go to sleep. Right? I was like, let's go see it. And he was like, I'm going. And we went and we enjoyed it. And it was like, you know, I kept looking over there to see. Because you know how they do I'm just going to put my hood on and I'm going to just play it off. I'm going to go to sleep. And he watched it and he actually enjoyed it. And we had a great conversation. And it just felt good to, you know, spend that time with him. Like, because, you know, I still, as much as I felt it was watered down, I still felt like it was great to see it on the big screen. Riis, no, I don't need my own car. I mean, I got plenty cars, right? So I usually get a Uber to take the pressure off, right? Like I get the Uber
gotta be a driver. See, like all the Uber drivers, we are similar. We know what we go through. So it's probably one of you, and out of 10 is one of you, and 11 of the bad seeds. Okay, so at that point, that one.
That's why I stopped messing. I'm messing with the Negroes too. I got you.
You know, you're like, hey, bro, just like getting in the car. I told you, I got in the car one day. A dude said, I just want to let you know I got the banger on me. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Would you like some water, sir? Is my music too loud for you?
I bet you when he said you had the banger, I bet you was like, what station you want to
Nah, I ain't say. I didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Power 92.
Like, you know, Power 92. You know, it's just like it's like a different. But I agree. I mean, it's the service you pay for.
You gotta pay extra for certain stuff,
man.
And even nowadays,
you gotta pay. I gotta pay.
Hotels ain't the same.
You already know, Maze. You gotta pay for extra stuff.
I gotta pay for courtesy.
You know it. You expect to be treated a certain way when you go into one of your favorite restaurants.
I expect when I purchase any service, there's a certain standard level. Whether I go to McDonald's,
why you pay extra then? Huh? Why you pay extra then for the upgrade with the Uber?
Why do I pay for the Uber? Because I like to arrive.
No, when you pay the upgrade fee, you get a different level of service.
No, I feel like when you.
What you do? You get 30 minutes to come to your car, Maze. Everybody else get 5 minutes with a timer. You pay for extra levels of service. It's the world
it's the consistency of service. It's the consistency of use. But I think that there's a basic level of service that should come with anything that you buy, and I think
agreed.
You should be
agreed,
and it should be the tip top of that.
I agree.
Like it does not hurt you if you are being a driver of people. Like you've made your decision that you're going to drive people around in your car. If they want you to turn the radio off, turn the radio off. It's not killing you. They paying you a check. They paying you a salary. Silence is, and even if it's just quiet, like what make you think I want to? Do I got to smell your weed too? And you selling the car? Like, should I have to do you vacuum your car out every day before you drive? Is it washed every day? Right? But
should the driver have to smell your weed?
When I get in the car,
the driver don't have to smell my weed.
But I think it worked both ways.
You smoke. If people smoke, they get in the car, get high. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta smell your weed, or maybe as you said, it was one of the other people that had driven you.
Then that's why in my car I got a Zippo. I got me a loud pack under the seat because I know I have a propensity of picking up people on Madison and Kedville. That's all I'm saying. Madison and Costner. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Y'all, I'm just telling y'all.
What you just saying?
This is scary.
Exactly. It's scary.
For the adults in
it's scary. I gotta pay extra.
And they they grew up, no matter what. If you're working for $1, if you're working for a penny, you just give them your all. You know what I'm saying? You work your all for that penny for years. You let somebody know because one day you never know that person may walk through the door and may be like, this young man has been here for all these years working for pennies.
I'd be like,
I want him.
That's like
I be looking at all the people that but I be looking around. I be like, it worked.
That's the American dream.
Worked for me.
That's the American dream.
I just said you
and the
one
American dream was different 10, 20
years
ago.
Every 10 out of 11.
Because out of every 11, they probably was on the. I'm gonna give you what I get.
No, it was a gallon of gas was $1.10.
Look at that. Somebody said they should get in trouble for listening to Maze Jackson. Listen, man, they had to turn you off.
Good example. That's a really good example.
I would be like, well, this is what I'm listening to. Unfortunately, we can just
I could see somebody. I could clearly see somebody being like, "That's offensive. Please turn it off." Now, I would turn it on because I want to provoke you.
Sandra always get wrong.
Bro, no, I would turn it on. I do stuff like I play my music loud. Like when I got NWA on, I do enjoy driving down Madison from Morgan all the way down to City Hall, being like, "Oh, Ice Cube," right? I love it, and so I do it so people can hear it. And then there's times when I turn it down because I recognize that there's kids around. So like I'll be playing NWA, and then if I see a kid, I turn it down, right? I could see somebody getting in the car and being like, as I'm talking about saltines or something like that, being like, they're a white person, being like, damn, do I gotta listen to that? Now, the part in us that plays it, that doesn't instinctually turn it off, is because I want you to hear this. You need this in your life. Saltiner.
Let me tell you, I do things like today, man. This drunk man got in the car, man. He went to the gas station and he forgot to change his ride to take him back home. His next Uber was 20 minutes. I had a driver already. My rude self, as everybody keeps saying, my rude self, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take myself out of my way and out of the direction of that, and I'm gonna make sure that he gets back home because he was belligerently drunk. You know what I'm saying? I have other people that come out anytime.
That's
I see
that
women,
one person, Reese. It's one person.
Women, children. I always
don't back down,
put the bags in.
Man, skip these people in their service. F them kids, just like we said the other day. Don't you? Now you want to be a servant?
When you get in the car, though.
Now you want to be a servant. Now you want to be service oriented.
Nice, smooth R&B music at a real tone, so I can hear my music as well as my GPS. If you have a problem with that, I do apologize. You can cancel the ride, and I can let you out right here, right here. And if you want to give me that 1 star, it is A-OK. My money's still gonna come through there, and I'm gonna pick up a ride in 2 more minutes.
You gotta pay for quality nowadays.
That's all. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I get in my lifts and my Uber. I get in there. I don't even say nothing. I sit down and I go to my destination.
You don't say good morning, good afternoon, or hello.
What's up? And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Take me to my destination. That is this the service I order. If I wanted to order a conversation, you know what I'm saying? That's why I would have called somebody. I didn't order a conversation.
So if you want a conversation, they should have ordered Uber Black.
They should have, and then they should have put please have a conversation with me.
No, they give you the option. No, you don't have to say please. It says conversation, yes or no. And I'm gonna tell you, if you push yes, they will certainly talk to you. If you push no, they will be in that mug quiet. If you push cold, if you say you want the temperature to be cold, they will push cold, and you'll be in that mug because you turned down. Sir, you said cold. Hey man, how you doing? I forgot to move.
You don't do that in the regular.
You gotta pay for them buttons.
In the regular, I'm gonna put that on 2, and I'm gonna crack my window. Okay, that's what you gotta live.
So wait,
with.
I gotta ride with your window cracked too? If it's cold,
if
you
I'm
hot. Oh yeah.
If I'm the driver, so you want me to pass out while I'm driving you on the 290? listen how you sound. So now I'm hot. You don't know I suffer from being hot.
You shouldn't be a driver.
What if I don't have on a jacket? So now I can't.
Then you need to change. Then what you need to do is use to adjust the temperature.
Because I can't bring down my window a crack. Because oh my God, I can't.
You can't change the temperature. And you can't set the temperature gauge in your car that says 75, 73. So you know till you get it to get a temperature where you want to be.
So you know it's Chicago, and you came outside with no coat on because you thought I was gonna have my heat on 5. Come on now, man. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
no. I don't wear a coat. If I get an Uber, I'm not wearing a coat.
Uber X.
If I get any damn Uber, I don't expect that I gotta be cold riding to nowhere.
Cold, but I am gonna crack my window. I am going to crack my window.
I mean, okay, so post COVID, I'm with you because I know people keep the window cracked so they can keep the air circulating for the germs. So I got you on that one.
I keep my window cracked, man. I'm driving at night.
Maze, you ever took a shared Uber?
I'm picking up drunk people.
Hell no.
Have you ever picked up drunk people and you know what I'm talking about? The people. Have you ever picked up drunk people?
No, I've never driven
so
Uber.
So you never smelled drunk people?
I smell undrunk people that smell like they was drunk yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. So I keep my window cracked. You feel me?
I'll crack. You can crack it if I say I need you to let the window up because it's cold, and you let so if it's 2 of us and Carrie's sitting behind you, she will be like, man, because your wind the wind that comes in the door doesn't come on you. The wind that comes, it swoops and goes straight back. It does. Right. So now I gotta so she sits behind you.
I'm gonna roll up my window and then I'm gonna let the passenger window down. Then on the drive.
So it's 2 of us. So I gotta be cold.
But you didn't say you was cold. You said she was cold.
Yeah, that's you know what? No, it's all good. I mean, it's like these are informative, and these are generational differences. Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's generational. I think it's societal, and I think it's tiered based on money. You got a whole different rideshare experience than the average everyday person.
I used to take Uber X.
That's Uber. That's still a tiered, Maze.
Do you understand?
What do you mean?
So
you're
there
not taking
are
regular
levels.
Uber.
What is regular? What is Uber X?
Just a regular.
Uber X is regular.
Just
It's a car.
No,
it is a car. It's like it's somebody's car.
Just a regular
Maze,
Uber
you
where
just
somebody can
proved our
just
point.
pop in with you and you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a 5-minute wait time to where you pull up. To where you pull up, and if you ain't there, he'll say you ain't there and drive off. I'm talking about them, like generic like them. Like it's a different level. The service that you're ordering is at least one above service than normal. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't doing a regular Uber.
Right.
You doing Uber. That's what I'm saying. You getting a different level of service. You're also now you're paying for a different level of service than the average everyday Uber experience. Even Uber XL is a higher tier than regular Uber, which is even higher than a shared Uber. And I think it's different experiences.
So now check this out. I'm a Uber driver. Now I get a shared drive. So now I got one person in there that's too hot, one person that's too cold. As a driver, what do I do? What do I do now?
Y'all work it out.
Now they got to work it out. So now, but it's on me.
To me, I'll put it on my standard temperature is 73 or 74.
So my standard temperature
is window down and blow it on me.
My standard temperature is I put it on 3 and I have a small crack. It's not even an inch. It's just enough to keep the air circulating. It's not gonna blow nobody's hair or anything. You won't feel it. But
you can't tell me what I feel. But okay.
It is. It's a nice temperature right here, 73, just like you like it. But my window is cracked.
I'm like, I think for me, and I'm gonna tell you, these conversations are just enlightening, and they really help me understand a lot.
The common man.
I see.
I'm trying to tell you, getting a different experience. You're paying for a different experience.
Ruthie, I would tell you.
It's sad you got to pay for that. I got to pay for my Uber to wait for me.
I'm going to give you another example.
Ruthie, let me give you an example.
Because I was just a chauffeur, and I was getting paid for a different type of service. And when I was driving as a chauffeur then, I had to wear certain clothes, and I had to make sure that the person that I was driving, because that was a different level of service I was providing. You feel me? So I had to be accordingly to that service.
Almost. So if I recall correctly, if that's the same thing, I think if you were to ask the passenger, right? The passenger,
driving.
If were you the driver, and are you telling you what the passenger's experience was, or are you saying what you believe the passenger's experience was? Because if you're talking about being a chauffeur, I think the challenge becomes a lot of times. The thing is, we forget who's in control of the situation. And so what winds up happening is we do what makes us comfortable and be like, I feel like I did a good job, but you got to ask the person who hired you, did you do a good job?
Well, you don't see when you say something like when you try to give an example like that and a person says, do you think you did a good job? Did you actually get something out? That's actually confirmation to the person said it. There's no need to ask because obviously that person, it was an error somewhere. Because the person would, because if it wasn't, a person wouldn't say nothing. They'd be like, you're right. It was on something, and then they would keep it going with you. But then if they'd be trying to like rebuttal your point, they'd be like, hey, you sure you did it? You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I think that the challenge is that we have this whole thing kind of reversed. I feel like there's the person providing the service who, if they want to continue in the business, have to provide the service that the people are paying for, not that you want to give them. Now, I would say Uber is different. I clearly have a completely different experience. But what I feel like when I'm listening to y'all is I believe that service, I believe in excellence, period. Like I have always said, do the best job at every job that you do. And it ain't because of somebody else coming to save you. It is you establish a standard, a work ethic for yourself. Right? That you have a quality, a standard. You can always be in a race to the bottom, right?
I think Uber is actually a good example of for a larger analogy, because it just goes to show you that service is tiered. The more you pay, the quote unquote better service that you are to get. But what does that leave the people who don't pay for the extra stuff? You just left with your window cracked, with crumbs on your seat. And you gotta accept that because it has been created. A tiered level has been created. Why you just said you get 30 minutes to get to your car? That should be a standard thing.
No,
but you gotta pay for that, and
I'm okay with paying for that. I mean, I understand that there's a difference, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the basic levels of courtesy.
But
Damn.
you ain't paying.
You ain't paying for courtesy.
You yourself choose to pay a higher fee because you know that comes with a higher level of service. Like you acknowledge that it's a reality. So much to the point that you ain't even know the regular existed.
This is where my challenge comes. So at what point? So who sets the value?
Uber, when they started to tier the pricing for people like you who they knew would be willing to pay extra for certain amenities and a certain level of service. Capitalism wins every time. And now a basic level, it's not sustainable. Just like I'll give you another example. Just like video games, you buy a basic video game, you can't compete with everybody. You're gonna have to upgrade and put in the extra money if you want to compete with everybody. So that's the world that we're living in. Services are tiered. Same with YouTube. How they got
so
YouTube
it's payment
Premium.
and payment is tiered.
If you look around, everything has a sub or a higher tier of something that you can get if you are willing to pay more money. It's just the world we live in. TV channels, like I just said, video games, cars. Now I gotta pay for heated seats. Remember they started to do that experiment? Like it's the nature of the world that we're living in. It's how things are trending. That you paying extra for things that should be basic luxuries. That should be basic, but you gotta pay.
So, what's the standard? Is there a standard?
The standard that used to exist, people have found a way to monetize.
This is the quiet quitting thing. This is like, I'm not going to give my all. I'm going to give what I feel is the value, and you should accept that because...
No, I wouldn't equate it to quiet because that's a different conversation. Because even if you want to bring in like the whole quiet quitting piece, then it would have to be some acknowledgement that the value of things is not what the value used to be. You see that the bags of chips is small, still the same price. So I think it's really about the way that capitalism has bled into the service industry. And I can't even go pick up my meal without them people putting a thing in my face asking for a tip. Same thing. And that's deemed to be, and I'm supposed to give it because that's the world we living in today. This basic service.
So I gotta pay
extra
to pick up my own food.
You've seen it. You've seen every time they slap the little thing around, and the tip amounts used to be 5, 10, 15. Now they 30, 40, and 50. And it's like, where's the other button? Ain't no other button. The other button that used to be in the corner that you could push to put in the amount you want, it ain't even there no more. And I think that's the world we living in. Everything is the basic standard of the basic level. You can't get by. You can't get by with that. You can't get by off that.
So then how do you determine what's the next tier? So how do you get to service? Because I guess my question is then at what point do you pay for something that how do the expectations meet and the value and the expectation meet?
You want to, okay, so you want to keep it in what industry? Like it depends on the industry. Like for you, if we talking about Uber, if I pay that extra money, then I get to say, can you turn the music down? Can you roll the window down? Or you could even push the button that say, don't talk to me. You're paying for that level of service, which should just be a basic thing that you shouldn't have to pay for.
That's unconscionable to me that I got to get in a car and be cold. It's unconscionable.
You don't. Because you're paying to push that button so that you don't even got to say something.
Is there an Uber standard that says this is uniform policy for a driver? Here's the standard temperature, 72.
No, it's based on the tiers because capitalism has tiered the ride share industry. You literally get the option to push a button to say if you want people to talk to you. You paying for that option.
So that I got you. So then I want to know, what is the standard? Like, is there somewhere in Uber universe that says that there's a Uber bill of rights for passengers? i.e., you have the right to get into a clean car. You have the right to not sit on crumbs. You don't have the right to adjust the temperature. You do have the right to ask the music to be turned down, because if you want to listen at 20 and I want to listen at 10. Help me understand, how is there, like, I guess my question is the standard, because again, nobody thinks that they get their value. Nobody. And so
some people might,
okay,
but I will agree. Most people
think that they're doing, like, I'm listening to this conversation and I feel like the Uber drivers feel like they're doing the people who pay them a favor. And I feel like at least acknowledge that this is a cohabitational relationship.
I think if you pay extra,
you get regular.
You're paying for the ability to push that button to say, don't talk to me. Turn the window. This is what I want to listen to. Put my seat at this temperature.
So I'm saying, so I got you. I acknowledge that. So does your car have to have 4 wheels?
Yeah, they do have standards like that it can't be.
That's
like
what I'm
no
asking.
Accidents.
What is
no blah, blah, blah.
So what I want to know is, what is my expectation for what I pay for at the most, just to get the service? And that to me is what I want to understand, because I feel like, and I understand now, like, I thought Uber, like, if a Uber X pull up to the crib, I'd be salty. Like, I've hit Uber X because it's been too long, and I'd be like, for real, y'all not gonna vacuum this mug? Like, you ain't gonna wash the car, you ain't gonna, and I feel like,
and again, that is a extra tier of higher service.
And I'm saying to me, and then that's all I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna let this go. If I am in the business, side gig, straight up, whatever, of driving people to locations, it don't even have to do with you as what Uber makes me do. I'm not going to put people in a dirty car. Not because Uber said, but because I don't do dirty. And what I am trying to understand here is what then is the bottom line. And then I feel like that this thing is universal. It goes across all industries.
Yes, it's the society that we live in. The same reason why if you want premium music services, you pay extra for non-commercials.
But here's what I know. I know that if I don't pay extra for the commercials, 7 o'clock Atlanta on Friday is coming on. Now, I might have to watch it with commercials, but I know it's coming on. And what I want to understand is, what is the basic? And then, again, you can live in a dirty house all day long. Yeah, this becomes my question about standards and what do we accept and expect. And then it's like, damn, most of my people Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was a tough one. Because I feel like the world is in bizarro world where the people who pay are at the mercy of the people who feel like they're not paid enough, without understanding the finite value. And I feel like sometimes more people feel like they're doing you a favor than, at the minimum, it being a mutually beneficial relationship. And the way I see the Uber is, if every time a Uber pulls up and is filthy, then I'm going to take myself out of that pool, which is what I did, but it then shrinks the pool. Now, you could say it's going to be millions of people out there. Do you have a standard for what is the bar for yourself?
The bar for yourself was, you said, I'm not doing these regular Ubers. I'm going to upgrade my Uber and pay more for this level of service. And that's what people oftentimes do because there is a certain standard. It's the same reason why gas stations in our communities look different from gas stations in other people's communities. Same concept.
Yeah.
I don't know extra. You pay extra. What you mean?
I think if you okay.
You gonna pay, I'm cool. Extra.
I think that
everything is monetized.
Okay, and I think that I don't know how you transition. If you think that people are going to pay you more than the value,
it's not more than the value. You made a conscious decision to say, I don't want to ride in dirty Ubers, so I'm going to pay for the extra level of they call it luxury service. Your premise is, no, this is basic. But what I'm telling you is it's not about standards based on people. It's about capitalism. People just follow capitalism.
I think that I think the same owners of gas stations, gas costs the same. Well, I'm going to say it costs the same. They have a different standard because of what is accepted, right? They know they can't open up the same BS and do it because they just know they can. And even if it's a higher cost of doing business for them,
I agree.
They do that.
And same with Uber. Same with Uber
I'm
drivers.
saying, I'm saying for us though. Like I'm saying, like in our standard, we accept less. That's fine. It's cool. Caller, is it callers on the line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show? Oh, it's not. All right, look, y'all.
Happy anniversary.
Who had an anniversary?
Loch Ness and Robin.
Robin, Patrice, and Loch Ness. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to everybody. Yeah. I don't standards.
Do you fly in coach?
Yes.
Okay, so the difference between first class and coach is not enough for you to want to pay for the upgrade. But when it comes to your Uber standards, your car standards, you say, I'm going to pay the extra money.
I'm now out
because you got a certain standard.
I'm out of the purchaser. I get why I purchase.
Because you have certain expectations. Because you know that if you willing to pay more, you oftentimes get better service. Otherwise, you wouldn't pay more. You will pay the less amount and get the standard service. But you know standard ain't what it used to be. You know this. That's why you choose to pay for upgrades for stuff. It's the world we live in. It's with everything. I gotta pay not to see commercials. I gotta pay not to hear commercials.
So when do you take a job when do you do something that you feel like you're getting the fair value, and why do you do it if you don't? I mean, everybody laughing, come with it.
What?
Come say it. Speak on it. So wait.
Why do people what?
Why do you? I'm lost. If it's something you don't want to do, if it's somewhere you don't want to be, if it's somewhere that does not fulfill you, why are you there?
That is in order to answer that question, like I think that's a very specific question.
So
you can't take into account
you want to be
circumstances.
Every job you worked, you actually wanted to be there. Well, I'm gonna tell you are a very blessed brother.
Because most of the average person ain't doing
300 people in. I guarantee out of them 300 people, only 5 of them can be like, I agree, because I guarantee the other 295 have all worked at least one job where they didn't have to, or they had to just do it to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? It may have been in a struggle, so I needed to just work here to just do something. So I came here to do my job, man. You know, sometimes people come in to do your job. Ain't never worked with nobody. They be like, I ain't doing nothing extra, nothing more. I'm doing what my job told me I'm supposed to do. That's what they do. And doing the job.
I generally see them in the same place 10 years later, doing the job. See, my standard, like my employer doesn't set my standard. My job, everything that I have ever done, right? And I feel like I probably have lived by the premise that I do what I love, and I have had the benefit, the pleasure, the whatever to do that. So when it was McDonald's, it was a challenge to me to beat the lunch rush and to beat the dinner rush and then to be the best. That burned in me. The desire to be the best at anything that I do is not controlled by the salary. It is not controlled by, if I choose to put my time there, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it best. And again, for me, knowledge has always been power. So I always take whatever I learn and monetize it. Make it, so I've never, and quite frankly, in my adult life, I've only worked at locations where I wanted to learn how to do what they were doing so I could do it myself. So yeah, maybe I am fortunate and been blessed in the space. But I would tell you that the reason that it is because I had a healthy level of curiosity.
And
I
you
had
have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So but
it wasn't even.
That's a different. You coming in different. You coming in already saying, how can I take this over?
When I was at McDonald's, I didn't have an entrepreneurial spirit.
But
I just
you
had a
still
work
liked
ethic.
it though.
Right. I had a work ethic, and it met my need of my work ethic. Now I went to go work at a place that paid me way more. That was the telemarketing, and they were paying $12 an hour. But I hated it, so I left and I went back to McDonald's. And people was like, Calvin, and man, this is a stupid job, and blah 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 blah. And I think that there is no substitute for hard work. It's just not. Right? Detest mediocrity at all times. Always do your excellence. Always do the best job no matter what it is, because at some point in whatever you're doing, somebody is going to make money. And even if it opens the door to somewhere else that you might not have ever had an opportunity to go, which opens up the door to the next space.
That's somebody who is trying to advance and progress. That's not the person that's there to get their check so they can take it home to buy the food that they need to put on the table. And I think that there are levels. Like
I agree with that, but I think if you're gonna feed your family, you're gonna feed them peanut butter and jelly forever.
But see, I don't demean those people.
I'm not.
I don't demean those people. I'm never gonna say, oh, that's where you want to be 10 years later. Like you don't know everybody.
That's not demeaning.
It's demeaning because some people are victims of their circumstance. We can say, no, I'm never gonna work a job I don't want, but that's a certain mentality. You don't know what has happened in somebody's past life that might keep them stuck at making this amount per hour.
Ruthie, so if you work at a job, how do you get promoted? How do you get to the next level?
I think it depends on the job. Like if I was working at McDonald's, I would have did exactly what you did. I would have been the fastest Whopper maker. I would have made sure the bathrooms was clean. But that's because I'm coming in knowing I don't want to stay here. I don't want to do this. I want to take all I can and advance. But some people ain't thinking like that. Some people just going to work to get their money so they can feed their babies, so they can feed themselves.
But you will, so is there a point when you say that if I keep doing this way, I'll probably still be subsisting? Like, is there ever a point where you say, okay, I can't be in this space forever because my expenses are going up?
I'm pretty sure some people say that, but some people don't.
Okay.
Some people might say, no, they need to pay us more. Give me $20 per hour for working here.
To do the same job?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's actually what's happening.
And when is the standard? I stopped.
That's what's happening. But think about this: a gallon of orange juice is $8. A dozen of eggs is $5.
So if I paid you $50 an hour, then are you happy?
You will likely be able to afford things to put on your
table.
Then
what's the standard?
You don't have to work. If you work a full-time job, you shouldn't have to get on government assistance.
If you work a job that only has a value of $15 an hour, like there's a value to it. Like everything grows.
But exactly, everything grows. So if a gallon of milk is $8, if a gallon of orange juice is $7-8,
does the standard? So wait. So let me ask. So if the cost of a gallon of milk is $8, would you rather drive more or? Okay. How do you get off the bottom rung, or you're okay with being on the bottom rung?
I don't think nobody's gonna say that they're okay with being impoverished. You probably are seldom gonna find people who are okay with being on that bottom rung. What I'm just trying to say to you is that some people work for their check. The way that the system was set up was you go to work for this amount of time with what you bring at home. You can now likely take care of your whole family with this amount that you done made.
Okay.
But we living in a time where it's that same amount, that same value that you're talking about is a lot less. It don't get you as far.
But that's why I'm not making $3.35 an hour when I was a minimum wage worker. I mean, it hasn't kept up, so I'm not going to argue with that. But I do think it's a weird situation, Ruthie, because I do think that this is a chicken or the egg issue to me. I think I'm in a unique situation because I do work for myself. So I don't have the luxury of not performing or hiding or being anonymous. Like, I can't show up and not do my thing, because if I don't, then nothing works.
That informs your mindset too, though.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. This was the round robin. It was supposed to be telling me something good. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? So for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host. Oh, I did that backwards, didn't I? For Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same street with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Podbackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Look, and check it out. First drug lord, but was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half.
Envision my interaction with Maze Jackson.
Maze. And I bet you would have the cleanest car if you was an Uber driver. I know you would.
I would not wash my car for fucking 2 weeks.
I know you would.
But if your ass
I'm with you.
in the car, guess what I'll tell you what I'll be doing?
Cleaning
I'll be
it.
vacuuming the motherfucker.